And we are live. Hello everyone, welcome to part 36 of Sonadow Play the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. Joining me as per usual is my lovely girlfriend, IMShadow 007. Say hello, hon.
Hello!
So we finished the first part of this really drawn out case last time, the magical turnabout. And
Yes.
the whole investigation was one part. The whole trial is going to be one part in this case too. Hence why we're starting half an hour earlier.
Let the magic show begin!
Yep. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine.
Is Apollo okay? He's been muttering to himself all morning. He's been like that since yesterday. Guess the pressure of today's trial is getting to him. Poor Polly. He's really tearing himself up all over this. Get it together, Apollo!
Yikes! Athena! When did you get here?
Try to relax a little bit, will you? You're getting yourself way too worked up.
Yeah, but I'm alright. I'm fine.
You know, I did a little digging on this Nayuta Sadmahi guy. He's apparently not your run-of-the-mill prosecutor.
Oh, yeah? What did you find out?
Well, they say he wields an incredible power to accurately read a trial's karma and its ultimate fate.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't have all the details, but apparently he can foresee how the arguments will go and even lead his opposition. So the defense is basically ends up going in whatever direction he has in his head.
So he's manipulative.
Pretty much.
Man, this isn't going to be a cakewalk if that's true.
Emma did say she talked him for us, though. Here's hoping that went well.
In any case, it sounds like he's going to keep us on our toes.
That's why I know you're ready. Oh, it's Phoenix. It's Phoenix.
That's why I know you're ready. Why I know I can leave Trucy in the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo. Mr. Wright is putting his faith in me. I can't let him down now. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine!
There he goes again. It's almost like he's chanting a prayer.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine!
If you say so, Apollo.
The trial will start momentarily. Is the defense ready? Yes! We're fine! Trucy's fate and the fate of the agency rest on this trial. This is it, Justice. If there was ever a time to shine, it's now. Court is now in session for the trial of Trucy Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. And the prosecution? Prosecutor Sadmati? 1,000 pardons. It was rude of me to keep you waiting. I was praying for the victim. Oh, praying? Yes, I see. You're a Coriolanist monk, correct, prosecutor? Yes, that is correct. I am but a lowly monk of the kingdom from the kingdom of Corine. I beg in advance for forgiveness and kind patience of everyone here in this court. I am unfamiliar with the proceedings of this country and may make many blunders.
He seems like such a gentle-mannered soul, doesn't he? I wouldn't know about that.
I wonder if Emma had a chance to talk with him about Trucy. Now then, Prosecutor Sadmati, your opening statement if you would. Certainly. In the name of the Holy Mother, I vow to guide the victim's soul to a land of eternal peace known as the Twilight Realm. Now, let the last rites of the victim begin. Nahyura Sadmati. He's really been making a name for himself, apparently, but that nickname, Last Rites Prosecutor, I wonder how that'll come into play today. The incident took place in the middle of a spectacular magic show. The accused performed a magic trick in which she thrust a sword into a coffin. A coffin from which the dead body of the victim then spilled out, dead from a fatal stabbing. The victim's name was Man of Mystery. Oh, God, that pun. Otherwise known as the Great Mr. Reyes. His blood was found in the sword that was used during the magic trick.
Thank you. We'll take that.
So his death was just an unfortunate accident? It's only natural for one to assume as such, Your Honor. However, it was no mere accident, but rather a homicide. The prosecution's position is thus, that this was a murder made to look like an accident. I see. And you believe this crime was committed by the defendant? After a thorough consideration of all possible scenarios, I unfortunately had no other choice but to conclude as much. So that's how it's going to be, huh?
I guess Emma couldn't convince him after all.
Very well. And now, let us hear from the defense. Naturally, we maintain that the defendant is innocent, Your Honor. If the defense wouldn't mind, could you please explain your reasoning? My reasoning? Well, I would have to say that my main reason is because I believe in the defendant. I see. So you find it difficult to come up with anything more concrete than that, do you? What a fine demonstration of the fact you are indeed a lawyer of putrid mind. Putrid mind?
Also, get used to him saying putrid, because he says it a lot.
A foolish fool says putrid of a putrid mind.
Oh yeah, Francisco too.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've had a repetitive prosecutor.
Yep.
Excuse me, but what was that? That sounded more like Japanese.
Yeah. What?
If you don't mind me asking, prosecutor, what was that you were just chanting?
Kagebushi no Jutsu?
A sutra of the Holy Mother that guides those of tainted soul towards enlightenment. It is a Koreanist incantation to awaken the foolish. Oh, of course he says foolish too. From their fruitless slumber. Somewhere Franziska just sneezed.
Yep.
Fitting for a lawyer who indulges in such fancy as the innocence of the accused. I see. So basically you're asking the defense to get real? Allow me these few words, defense. It is my duty as a monk to punish sinners and to guide victim souls to the Twilight Realm. Should you show repentance and admit to the accused guilt now, no harm will come to you. But should you interfere with my sacred last rites for the victim, then I shall cast you down into the pit of hell along with Trucy Wright. Now wait just 1 minute here. Also, this ain't the Kingdom of Khura'in.
Yeah, right?
Putrid pit of...
It's like you're in Japanifornia now.
Putrid pit of hell? Is that any way to dress someone in a court of law? Prosecutor Sadmati, that may be the way you conduct trials in Khura'in, but I would appreciate it if you would refrain from such charged language here. Thank you.
Thank you!
Your Honor, that was but a Koreanist sermon for those who have strayed from the path. Harsh words are often necessary to admonish contemptible deviants who cannot see reason.
Can you not proselytize in the courtroom?
Oh, I see. I didn't realize.
I guess they really do hate defense attorneys in Khura'in, huh? Even still, that was way over the top as far as verbal abuse goes.
And the trial's only just begun.
Just be grateful you weren't hit with the whip, Athena.
Well, defense, I suppose the way a prosecutor does things varies by country. Why don't we look at this as a cross-culture exchange and try to be open-minded about it? What? Bailiff, please bring in the first witness.
Oh man, my throat's gonna hurt.
She still eats her snackoos, I see.
Yep. Snackadoos.
Uh-oh. I thought she said goodbye to the snackoos.
She's nervous.
Shame you don't have a bag of goldfish to replicate it.
I know.
Detective Sky, the courtroom is no place for gorging yourself.
What's wrong with having a little snack? Girls gotta eat, right?
Girl, you were practically eating the entire bag.
She, seems a little stressed out.
Detective Sky, your testimony, please.
Yeah, about that. I just want to state for the record that I believe Trucy Wright's innocent.
I'm sorry? Detective Sky, this path you seek to follow is misguided. Giving the wrongdoer false hope will only deepen her despair in the end.
But
Let it go and move on. Acts which go against your duty will earn you divine punishment from the Holy Mother.
Fine. I don't know about the divine part, but I get the punishment bit loud and clear. I guess Emma got assigned tons of paperwork or something for sticking up for Trucy.
She and Prosecutor Sodmati don't seem to get along very well, do they? Shall we continue? The prosecution contends that the accused had a clear motive. The evidence, if you would, Detective Sky?
All right. Please take a look at this poster. It's a Troop Grammary poster from 13 years ago.
Is it just me or is it a little different from the one in Miss Wright's dressing room?
This is a revised version of that poster.
This one says cancelled under Mr. Reyes.
That's right. Mr. Reyes left the troop after the first version of the poster was printed. Take a look at Mr. Reyes' right arm, near his elbow. See the big scar there? Oh. He apparently got that when he made a mistake while practicing a magic trick.
Ouch, that's quite a scar.
Because of the accident, Magnifi Grammary concluded Mr. Reyes was too unskilled. Just before the show was to open, Magnifi announced Mr. Reyes wouldn't be appearing. But in defiance of Magnifi's decision, Mr. Reyes tried to go on stage anyway. This, in turn, caused Magnifi to oust Mr. Reyes from the troupe on the spot. Damn.
He kicked Mr. Reyes out? That seems rather extreme. All I see is the fat controller when the judge speaks. You're a very naughty defendant.
Talk about public humiliation.
Did he really have to go that far? When it came to magic, Troop Grammary was so passionate. Or should I say, extreme about it, that caused problems for them from time to time. Yes, they even caused this court a mountain of trouble with their extreme antics. Don't we know it? And now the troop's successor has committed a murder. It seems the troop's rare talent was inherited by the right person after all. A putrid talent for criminality.
Fuck you, dude.
You sound rather extreme yourself, prosecutor. Criminals with impure souls do not deserve sympathy, Your Honor.
As I was saying, after his expulsion, Mr. Reyes apparently went on to hold a grudge against the troop.
He would tell those close to him, I will get my revenge on Troop Grammary someday. Revenge? That certainly sounds antagonistic.
Okay, thank you.
And then his chance for revenge finally came. If you would be so kind, Detective Sky.
I guess I don't have a choice, do I? Alright, everyone, pay attention. The victim planned to get his revenge on True Gramarye during Trucy's magic show. Mr. Reyes was going to first steal the Gramarye notebook from the defendant. He then intended to reveal the secrets behind their magic tricks during the show. That was when the victims planned for revenge, and while he did, in fact, steal the notebook, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secrets.
By the time the accused had discovered the notebook's theft, it was too late. Her only option was to kill Mr. Reyes and make it look like an accident.
Objection!
That's nothing but conjecture!
Objection!
The victim's assistant, Bonnie DeFame, gave the police a statement. She testified that just before the start of the show, Mr. Reyes said, "I'm going to reveal all of True Gramarye's secrets on stage today." What?
Well, that isn't exactly a great starting point for a rebuttal, is it?
You're telling me. Allow me to give you one piece of advice, defense. Oh, and what's that? Let it go and move on.
Okay, Elsa.
Excuse me? Helping a sinner will only sully your own soul. One possessed of an unclean soul will burn in the flames of hell, and then be ever burdened with that sin in their next life. But I don't believe in that sort of thing. Besides, I have no intention of giving up. Oh, Holy Mother, grant me the strength to deal with this putrid lawyer. All actions have consequences, and yours will surely earn the honor of being a mere stink bug at best in your next life. A stink bug?!
I hate those things.
So do I, even though we don't have them in the UK. Now then, Mr. Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please.
Press on the fifth statement. Also, I just want to say, I love your Sun Mahi voice.
Thank you.
Very one-to-one impression.
Thank you.
Hold it!
I'm sorry, but what exactly is the basis for claiming it was murder?
Beats me.
What? The basis is beats me?
You'll have to ask Prosecutor Sanmati over there, because he hasn't told me his reasoning either.
Detective Sky, your feeding of information to the defense has not gone unnoticed by my eyes. The bad karma of acts which go against your duty will impinge upon you in your next life. Bad karma, good karma? What, we in Fallout 3 suddenly?
Right.
But, even before that, it may impinge upon your job in the form of a transfer.
Please don't get me kicked out of the forensics until unit, anything but that!
Poor Emma, she's really been risking everything for us. Well, Prosecutor Sadmati, what are your grounds for claiming homicide? It was the luminous tape in the understage passage. I realized that it had been moved so that Mr. Reyes could climb up the downstage coffin by mistake. What? Mr. Reyes, who was waiting in the understage passage, was supposed to have used the upstage ladder shown here on the left. He was to climb up into the coffin that had been set up in the backstage area. After being turned into a stuffed dragon during Act 1, Mr. Reyes was supposed to come back to life and emerge from that coffin. But the luminous tape had been moved to mark the downstage ladder. So the victim climbed up into the coffin on the stage itself by mistake. The very same coffin the accused thrust her sword into. And you have proof it was my client who moved the tape? But of course, Detective Sky.
Huh? Oh, that's right! I identified the defendant's fingerprints on the luminous tape.
You what? He actually had proof? Well, defense, are you finally ready to let it all go and move on? Absolutely not! Detective, please add that information about the prints on the tape to your testimony.
The defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it during the show. Present the fingerprints.
Objection!
I'm sorry, Detective Sky, but there's a flaw in your testimony.
Oh, really?
The prosecution is claiming that Miss Wright moved the understage tape during the show, in order to guide the victim into the coffin downstage. But it doesn't make sense that she would leave prints on the tape at that time. It doesn't? Please consider the fingerprint results of the main coffin, which shows that not one of my client's fingerprints was found on it.
That's true. We didn't find any of her prints in that coffin. Besides, Trucy wears gloves.
Exactly. I think you've realized what the flaw in your testimony is. Claiming Miss Wright left prints on the tape during the show is inconsistent with the facts.
Yep.
Because she was wearing gloves during the show.
Oh!
She must have left the prints sometime before the show started. In other words, her prints do not prove she moved the tape to mislead the victim. The prosecution's investigation was insufficient.
Oh my! But on a personal level, I'm very happy about that.
Well, Prosecutor Sadmadi, if the defense argument is true, then you have no evidence the defendant moved the tape to deceive the victim. I see. Apparently the defense is more intelligent than I had thought. More than a stink bug at any rate. Come on, you can bump me up to at least a stag beetle now, can't you?
Would that really be any better?
Of course! Way better! Stag beetles are cool with those huge mandibles of theirs. If the defense wishes to be promoted to a stag beetle, then answer me this question. Alright, shoot. Even with no evidence that the accused moved the tape to misguide the victim, the victim still climbed the ladder using the tape as a guide. And entered the coffin on the stage. The accused then thrust her sword into said coffin with the victim in it. So what you're saying is, the fact remains that the victim was stabbed to death, right? Precisely. However, this does drastically change one aspect of this case. If the accused did not lead the victim into the coffin on purpose, then it means the victim's death could have been accidental. If it was indeed an accident, the defense can argue it was involuntary manslaughter. I see. If it was involuntary manslaughter, they could plead extenuating circumstances, and the severity of the crime could be mitigated. Defense, if you believe the accused did not murder the victim, then do you argue it was an accident? This is it, the all-important question. The defense argues that Mr. Reyes' death was
murder.
The defense maintains that the defendant is entirely innocent. We believe that it wasn't an accident, but murder. And what's more, we believe it was committed by a third party.
A third party? As in the true culprit is someone else?
That is quite a brazen claim to make, and one wholly without grounds. Your voice is as loud as your suit, and your mind echoes just as loudly in emptiness. Surely you were but a loud red pepper in your previous life. I've been demoted to a vegetable?
Wow, I didn't know a person could be reincarnated as a non-sentient plant.
In any case, I do have grounds to make this claim. Let us hear this reasoning of yours, then. Alright, but before I give it, there is one question that we need to address. If the victim was killed by some third party, then the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin wasn't the cause of death. If that's the case, then how did we wind up with a dead body inside the coffin? A very good question. Now let's hear your opinion, Mr. Justice. How did the victim's body wind up inside the coffin?
He was killed understage.
What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? In other words, what if the victim was already dead in the coffin from the get-go? Oh, I see. In that case, the defendant's sword wouldn't have been the cause of death. How do you respond, Prosecutor Sadmari? That is the third time. The third time of what? Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hey, what the hell is this?
さとら今おまどもさましで足し抜けたれがせよそろか
Ow! Ow! My head! What do you think you're doing? That's assault!
Yeah, right?
Even the merciful Holy Mother loses patience if she is struck 3 times. Since you never learn, you needed to be punished. Why don't you let me worry about what I need and don't need? It is what you deserve for interfering with my sacred last rites for the victim. You are a brainless lawyer chasing phantoms. You know nothing. Let this humble servant of the Holy Mother give you an edifying sermon.
Please don't proselytize.
A sermon? Now? There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Koryanism. A cornered frog will swallow even a snake. Huh? A cornered lawyer has unexpectedly struck back against the prosecution. Did I get it right? No, for I am not done with my sermon. And yet the frog still dies, its belly bitten and torn from within. Just great. And in this case, you are the frog defense. What exactly is your point anyway?
I thought he was a pepper.
Let us assume for a moment that the victim was killed under the stage. Who, then, had the opportunity to do so during the show? Let's see. The people in the show were Bonnie DeFame, the victim Mr. Reyes, and Trucy Wright. Bonnie DeFame was on stage throughout the entire show, and easily confirmed by the footage from the show, which leaves us with only one suspect, Trucy Wright. Now do you see? The accused killed Mr. Reyes as he waited on standby in the understage passage, and then placed his dead body in the coffin above, thus making the murder look like an accident. No! O great and merciful Holy Mother, thus another putrid mind has been guided towards enlightenment. Ugh, I can't believe I swallowed this trick question whole.
Objection! Sorry, but I have to raise an objection here.
Athena, what are you...
There's something I want to point out, Apollo.
And who might you be? You strike me as a mere child of countenance. By the way, can I just say, his voice is much easier to do than Black Quill's.
I know, right? Because you can do Matt Mercer voices. I may be young, but I have an attorney's badge just the same.
And you would contribute to this discussion in that capacity?
I most certainly would.
Boop.
You just argued that the defendant killed the victim under the stage. But let me remind you that Miss Wright is a girl.
Clearly. Surely you didn't raise an objection simply to point out such an obvious fact. Your Honor, please send for this little child's guardian to take her home.
Hold it! But I'm not done with my sermon!
You don't need to talk like Prosecutor Sadmati, you know.
Listen, if the victim was killed in the understage passage, then his body would then have to be hauled up to the stage, right? However, Miss Wright is a young girl, and a pretty petite one at that. She couldn't possibly have headed that large body up and put it in the coffin.
That's true. It does seem like it would be a rather difficult task for the defendant. I don't think even I could do it.
What do you think of that, prosecutor? Who's the child now?
In my religion, the priestess of Koreanism are revered as the pillars of our beliefs. So I naturally hold nothing but deep respect for women. I also think highly of the female perspective.
Says the man who called his fair maiden a little child.
I think that's more to do with your age, not your gender.
Yeah.
Who's a fair maiden here? Oh, you're lucky she can't read your mind, Apollo.
Oh.
I agree that your point is worth discussing, defense. How indeed was a dead body raised up into the coffin? By the accused Trucy Wright, that is.
You're committed to pointing the finger at her no matter what, huh? Then you explain how that even be possible.
But of course. There is a way for even a small creature like her to raise the victim's body up.
Huh? Wait! You really can't explain it?
I foresaw that our arguments would come to this, so I have prepared a witness. Well, well. I admire your readiness, prosecutor. It is really not that difficult when one can read the ultimate outcome of any trial.
He couldn't have really predicted that things would turn out like this, could he?
It's pretty hard to believe.
Excuse me, but may I step down now?
Yes, I suppose you may. One moment, Detective Sky.
Huh? I'm sorry for, the way I handled all this.
You did a fine job, Detective. Your testimony was invaluable.
It was?
Yes, you served well as a detective, and did not allow your personal feelings to interfere. You overcame the conflicted emotions you felt and performed your duty admirably. You will be rewarded for your fine work.
Oh. Thank you.
I hope we can work together again in the future. Emma seems bewildered by the unexpected praise.
I guess he's a pretty nice person, like they say, as long as you're not up against him.
Now then, let us call the next witness.
Showtime!
Ah, Bonnie.
Yep. Look at that innocent face.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the court. It's very nice to meet all of you. I'm like a morphing illusionist from the land of fairy tales, Bonnie to fame. Can't wait to do some magic tricks for all of you.
Please, witness. There's a time and place for all things, including magic.
Aw, but it would be okay if I just do a little magic, right? Come on, please. Look, everybody's waiting. Now's my chance to shine.
That is your second time.
My second time doing what?
There will be no further warnings. You should know that from our preparatory meeting, correct? Is no one exempt from His Holiness's Rosary of Suffering? Rosary of Suffering. Sake.
Rosary of Suffering.
Given how many times I had to count them when I was in school, yeah, they are rosaries of suffering. May we have your testimony, witness, once you've recovered from your disappointment.
Well, as a huge fan of Trucy's, I don't really want to testify against her. But I guess I have to, don't I?
As a huge fan of Trucy's, huh?
I hate her! I loathe her! I can't stand that Trucy right! Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. So this is exactly what a sniveling brat deserves.
Sure, you're a real fan, all right. Of destroying Trucy, you mean?
The magic of Two-Face. I really can't believe that Trucy killed Mr. Reyes. I guess it's possible for a small girl to lift a dead body up if she used a stage lift. Is it possible? Could Trucy really have? If Trucy did use a stage lift, I think she must have used stage lift number 2. I was on the stage for the entire show, by the way.
You were on stage the whole time? And you're sure about that? There is no question. The entire audience could testify to that fact. What's more, she is shown clearly in the TV show footage as well.
Couldn't possibly have killed Mr. Reyes, not little old me.
Therefore, the only person who could have killed the victim under stage is the accused. Furthermore, by using a stage lift, even a petite young lady could have raised the body up to the stage without difficulty. You gotta be kidding me. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Press statements 4 and 5.
4 and 5. Statement number Veer.
Hold it!
Stage lift number 2. You mean the stage lift shown here on the left?
That's right, with the stage lift. I think even a small girl could easily lift a dead body up to the stage.
And so that makes her the murderer in your opinion.
Of course not! I believe in Trucy! Like I said, I'm a huge fan of hers.
Oh, brother. How long is she gonna keep this act up? Defense, what position was stage lift number 2 in after the show? Let's see. If I recall, it was in the fully raised position. Ah! And the reason why it was fully raised is because the accused used it to lift the victim's body. Wouldn't you agree? Feel free to slowly mull it over while you roast over the flames of hell. You evil red pepper! Oh, so now I'm also evil?
And spicy.
Ugh. Alright. Alright, statement number 5.
Hold it!
You didn't have a single spare moment to slip down the understage passage?
Huh? Don't tell me you suspect me now.
I'm just trying to do my job by fully examining your alibi. Depending on how solid it is, I might have to suspect you, yes.
You gotta be kidding me! Don't spit on my head and tell me it's raining, lawyer boy! I'm right there in the footage, or are you too much of an idiot to see?
Huh?
Mr. Fate, are you feeling all right? You seem suddenly different.
Where did that come from, right? Oh Oh my, I seem to have snapped there for a second, didn't I?
Someone want to get that bunny?
I want the bunny.
You didn't just snap. You broke character just now.
In any case, I was on stage the whole time, performing magic. I mean, you saw me in the footage, right? My dazzling and flawless performance?
Flawless. That's odd, considering what you told me. You said that you'd make a mistake with you'd made a mistake with where you positioned Mr. Hat.
Miss Defame, what is the defense referring?
Well, I made a little mistake on stage. I was in charge of operating Mr. Hat, you see.
Mr. Hat!
Mr. Hat. According to the script, I was supposed to place him to the left of the coffin. But I flubbed it up and made him stand to the right of the coffin instead.
And because of that mistake, Trucy had to move the stage lifts around.
I feel really bad about messing Trissy up like that with my goof.
Damn it, I don't see any inconsistencies in her testimony.
Now, do you know who the real killer is? On, Gramps, don't just sit there. Hand down your ruling, pronto! Do it quick before you kill up. Do it quick before you kill over up there.
I beg your pardon?
Oops. Oh, what's got into me? I'm so sorry.
I give her another 5 minutes before she tears off that mask.
Someone's having mood swings.
Well, Defense, are you ready to let it all go now?
Of course not. I'll never give up.
I see. I suppose this too is fate.
Hey, you're right, Wolf Jarl. She is like sour sweet.
Yeah, she is kind of like her.
Yeah. I'll speak nice and sour bitch the next.
The sacred scriptures of Koryanism describe a variety of hells for the damned.
Oh, so does our religion? There's like 7 circles?
Yeah.
For someone like you who struggles ceaselessly against his fate. Papul Buljig?
Papul Buljig.
Papul Buljig seems most appropriate. What?
Oh!
Oh wait, that's Koryanese.
Oh.
What sort of terrible place is Papul Boljik?
A place where the more one struggles, the further one falls into the abyss. At the bottom of the abyss, a ferocious beast awaits.
Jesus.
Think of it as something akin to an antlion sandpit trap.
Oh, there is one of those in my backyard.
Wow. Crying's tale is closer home than I thought. And yes, Allie, I am having way too much fun voicing Bonnie.
Now then.
Of all the characters in Ace Attorney, she's one of my favorites.
I don't know who my favorite was to voice. I'd have to go through all the games before.
It would appear
Yeah.
that the witness's testimony supports the prosecution's claims.
Fulbright.
Fulbright was one of them.
That the defendant is the only one who could have killed the victim under stage.
How are we supposed to get out of this jam?
Oh, and Stickler.
Oh yeah, Stickler was fun to voice.
Hey, Apollo, if you can't find any contradictions, maybe it's time to use analytical psychology. Oh yeah, Mood Matrix time!
You mean...
I heard some discord in Bonnie's voice while she was testifying. There it is. See? Widget is picking up on the noise in her heart too.
That's right. Athena can hear things others can't with her super sensitive hearing. Yeah, it's not like we did an entire game about it.
Yeah, right?
She can hear the emotions people suppress as a kind of noise or discord in their voices. Alright, Athena, let's give it a try.
You got it! Hold it! Your Honor! I'm afraid that our witness missed a fame. is suffering under terrible traumatic stress due to this horrible incident.
She is?
Yes, with that terrible death on stage. And her beloved Trucy getting arrested, she's under awful strain and shock. In fact, I don't know how much more she can take before she is unfit to testify. What?
Oh, I've heard of that. What is it called? Postal stress disorder, right?
PTSD.
Where a person becomes uncontrollably angry. I think I read about it somewhere. Was that a reference to going postal?
Probably. That's going postal, Your Honor. This is PTSD.
Or battle fatigue or shell shock, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, right?
Oh my. So that's why the witness acts so hostile at times. It's as if she were a different person.
Yes, and I think her condition is clouding her memory of the incident. Therefore, I suggest a short therapy session for the witness. Yeah, when it comes to traumatic people, memories are blocked. Hold it! Therapy? You don't know the first thing about a magician's mental strength. I've risked my life coming through rings of fire and having my body sawn in half. Oopsie! Boy, I had to watch my temper, don't I? Here, have a bunny.
Miss Sykes, please do whatever you can to help this unfortunate young lady.
And what exactly is this child planning to do, Mr. Justice? With her super-sensitive hearing, Miss Sykes can hear a witness's true emotions. Simply from tone and inflection, she can tell exactly what a person is feeling.
I can even pick out feelings that a witness is trying to suppress or hide. Widget projects the emotions I hear into the mood matrix where I can analyze them.
It sounds like some sort of spurious devilry. Though I find it hard to believe, I must ask, how do emotions constitute evidence?
While I won't say that emotions can be taken as evidence, per se, I have seen how instrumental Miss Sykes works. Miss Sykes' work has been in cracking a case. Therefore, I wholly support giving it a try.
I see. If you are in favor of it, Your Honor, then I have no objections. Even this mere monk can see something disturbs the witness.
I'll disturb you! Oh, thank you for understanding, Prosecutor Sadmahi. Apollo, you remember how to conduct a therapy session, right?
You want me to lead the session?
Of course. You're the lead on this case, after all.
Fair enough, but do I need a refresher? No.
No, we got this.
I think I still remember from the last time, so let's get right into it.
Okie dokie.
All right, Lucy.
You ready, Widget? Let's do this! I guess Trissy is the one who killed Mr. Reyes. No. Even she could move the body with that lift. No.
Jesus, Trissy looks evil as hell there.
Yep. I was on stage at the time. Nothing there. No reaction. But that terrible mistake. Nothing. My stupid flub caused Trissy so much trouble. Nope. I feel so bad. Wait, why are you feeling happy when you feel bad? Good point.
I have to say, Mr. Fame, you certainly are a strange one. Even though you said I feel so bad about it, it seems you were feeling happy about it. Ow. I think I can guess why you were feeling happy. It must be because...
You messed Trissy up.
I think you were happy because you messed the defendant up. I'm right, aren't I?
You gotta be kidding me. Why would I be happy I messed Trissy up? I'm a big fan of hers.
Because we saw you.
I hate her. I I loathe her! I can't stand that Trucy right! Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. So this is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves.
We saw how you said you hated Trucy Wright. How you were glad that she was in trouble. And even how it was what she deserved. It looks like I hit the bunny on the head, so to speak. Alright.
Getting warmer! You're getting close! Apollo, the noise level dropped! Now if we could get her down to 0%.
Well, Mr. Fame, are you ready to confess how you really feel?
What? What do you mean? I'm Bonnie, the sweet, cute little bunny. I'm rookie magician working hard to be just like my idol Trucy. That's the character I'm supposed to be. Objection!
Keep
that up, Mr. Fame, and you're... Oh.
Sorry,
Keep that up, Mr... Yeah. Keep that up, Mr. Fame, and you're going to have a mental breakdown. Just let yourself be who you really are. Who I really am? The two sides of you are fighting each other and doing psychic harm. I can hear them. Two distinct voices battling inside you. You're idle, you know nothing, know-it-all. I mean, you mustn't say things like that, or I might get flustered.
Mr. Fame, how long do you insist on maintaining this wolf in sheep's clothing act? We can't end this therapy session until you get real with us. So you set the wild beast inside you free. Ow.
Ouch! Don't make me laugh. You don't know a dang thing about me. You want to see who I really am? Fine! Take a good look!
What in the world?
Sheep's clothing? You got it all wrong. It's a rabbit suit I've got on. And I'm not a wolf. I'm a blood-sucking vampire. A bat with fangs and wings. I think we just opened Pandora's box. I'm finally done with that Greek two-shoes cocktail act. I feel free as a bat.
Defense! Your therapy session has taken a turn for the worse from the looks of it.
There's a perfectly good explanation for this. Isn't there, Miss Sykes?
Me thinks I created a monster. Blew it! Hey, you, lobster boy!
Who, me?
You think I'm glad Trucy's in trouble? That I think she's getting her just desserts? Also, desserts is spelled wrong. Well, guess what? You're right!
Does this mean you admit to wishing the defendant harm?
Well, the bat is out of the bag now. A mistake of mine was a work of art. Thanks to my goof, poor little Trucy had to do all that hard physical labor.
When you say hard physical labor, what are you referring to?
Because of Mr. Haft's new position, Trucy had to move both those huge stage lifts. They must have been so heavy. What a riot!
Bailiff, fetch the steaks and garlic.
No! Garlic! My one weakness!
That's strange. Athena, could you please add that last statement to Bonnie's testimony?
Alright, I'll update the mood matrix with the new info. Hey, Apollo. Now there's a new inconsistency in the testimony.
Yeah, she's finally slipped up. So what do I need to do now?
Well, from this point onward, you just do what you do best. Find the contradiction in the testimony and present evidence to refute it.
Alright. I've got you now, Bonnie DeFane.
Go to the 5th statement and present Trucy's statement. You know what? Serves her right. Thanks to that, she ended up having to move the stage lifts. Present Trucy's statement.
Objection!
That doesn't make sense.
What? So you think I'm crazy now?
What was your first clue?
Do you want an honest answer or an honest answer?
No, that's not the point I was trying to make.
But I don't hear you denying it.
Mr. Fame, allow me to repeat your statement. Thanks to that, she ended up having to move the stage lifts.
That's right. And I still...
I didn't skip that, I just did it itself.
Okay.
But how did you know? How did you know Miss Wright moved the stage lifts?
Huh?
According to her own statement, she didn't tell anyone that she had done so.
What?
So how could you possibly have known what she had done unless you saw her? You saw Miss Wright moving the lifts in the understage passage, didn't you?
Gotcha, bitch. Bye-bye. He did it, Apollo! Noise levels are 0%.
Mr. Justice, wouldn't that mean...
Yes, Your Honor. Miss DeFame herself was under the stage when the victim was killed. And I hardly need to tell the court what that means. You are one artful liar, Miss DeFame, and one spectacular suspect.
Why, you shining red lobster boy!
I prefer that to being called a vegetable.
You're saying I killed Mr. Reyes?
I'm saying that it's a possibility. What's more, I say you had a solid motive to frame my client for the murder as well.
Objection!
My apologies for raining on the defense's merry revelry. But you seem to have forgotten one very important point. Oh, really? The TV footage. As you can clearly see, Miss DeFame was on stage the whole time. The entire audience can bear witness to that fact, including you.
Yeah.
You have just taken a long and senseless journey, only to return to the starting line. The witness could not have been in the understage passage, which means the only one who could have killed the victim is the accused.
Guess the party's over.
Miss DeFame knew something she couldn't have known unless she was under the stage. How do you explain that, Prosecutor Sadmati? It's quite simple. The accused must have told Miss DeFame about it, but then forgot.
Open those useless eyes of yours and take a good look at the footage. Huh? If Miss DeFame really was in the understage passage, it would mean she was on stage and understage at the same time.
You mean she was in two places at once? That does seem to be the only explanation that makes any sense.
It may be an explanation, but I'm not so sure about the makes sense part.
It makes perfect sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Then we'll just have to make it make sense. Your Honor, the witness was both on stage and understage at the same time. That is the defense's assertion.
I've heard some illogical things come out of you before, but this is absurd.
I'm sure you'll change your tune once you hear my reasoning, Your Honor.
My gut tells me you're bluffing, but I'll bite. Very well, Mr. Justice. How do you explain how the witness was in two places at once?
There were 2 Bonnies!
There were 2 Bonnies, Your Honor. If that were the case, it would all make sense, wouldn't it?
There were...
2 of them?
I suspected you had a few screws loose, but now I see there's some are missing altogether. Is there a toolkit in this courtroom, Your Honor? I suppose 3 screws to the head should righten his putrid brain.
Very well. Bailiff, could you...
No, wait! Please listen to my argument!
Very well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt at least give it a listen.
As we argued earlier, Miss Defame is shown in the footage the whole time. But at the same time, she was also watching Miss Wright in the understage passage. The only possible explanation is that there are 2 Bonnies.
That almost sounds like it makes sense. What do you think, Prosecutor Sadmati?
This humble servant of the Holy Mother is of the opinion that we should lose no time in replacing the defense's many lost screws.
Wow, Dick. But, Apollo, it goes against reality itself to say that one person is actually 2.
But we don't have to be bound by reality. After all, we're talking about magic here. So if Bonnie Defame is in the footage, if the Bonnie Defame in the footage is the real Bonnie, then the Bonnie here on the witness stand is the one who must have been understage. This Bonnie Defame is our second Bonnie.
She is?
So, say we call the one in front of us Bonnie number 2. I believe I have just the piece of evidence to prove that a Miss Bonnie number 2 exists.
Oh, then please submit your evidence, Mr. Justice. What proves the existence of a Bonnie number 2?
The fingerprints results.
Oh yeah, notice how the penalty systems went back to the first game?
Yeah, the badges. Instead of a health bar.
What's this?
During our investigation, we found a set of unknown prints on the coffin on the stage.
Yep.
These prints were most likely left during the course of the show. But they didn't match the prints of any of the people involved in this case. An unknown third party's fingerprints. I was not told of this.
Emma must have kept it from him.
So the question is, who could these prints possibly belong to? She's sweating.
Yep, she is sweating bullets!
Miss Defame, or should I say, Bonnie number 2. These are your fingerprints, aren't they? Enough of this foolishness. One person could not possibly be 2. These fingerprints could have been left, not only during the show, but at any time.
Objection!
It's not like you to lose your cool like that, Prosecutor Sadmati.
Ooh.
And I'm sure you know that. Exactly when the fingerprints were made is not the main issue.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Justice?
The issue is, who do these unknown prints belong to? They're certainly not Bonnie Defame's. But what if they belong to the person standing right in front of us?
Oh, you mean Bonnie number 2 is the second Bonnie? Is that what you're implying?
It's preposterous to suggest that those prints belong to the witness. I say they must belong to some other unknown individual. Prosecutor Sadmati, can you really look at her and still say that?
What are you looking at? Take a picture, it'll last longer.
How could this be? If we check her prints, I'm sure they'll match the unknown set. Well, Bonnie, the prints that don't belong to the real you belong to you, don't they, Bonnie number 2?
Witness, is what the defense has said true?
Fine, I admit it. The fingerprints are mine.
Then does that mean you aren't Bonnie DeFame?
What? Ridiculous.
Are there really 2 Bonnies?
Nope, there's only one Bonnie. That's because I'm Betty. Betty DeFame.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, it's time for a wondrous magic show. Gasp in amazement as the Langomorphing illusionist performs her teleportation magic. Watch closely. It's showtime!
What an amazing trick! The witness has suddenly split into 2. They're twins, Your Honor.
They're twins! It's not a trick. No gimmick to it either. We're simply twins.
But yes, even identical identical twins don't have matching fingerprints.
Exactly.
What?
Twins?
So that's how the teleportation trick works.
Yep, twins and or body doubles. Ever since our debut, I've tried to hide or pretend I'm Bonnie. All cute and sweet and goody-goody. I can't tell you how stressful it's been. I don't have to hide anymore. That's right. Our days of sneaking around were finally over.
Their cover is blown, but they actually seem pretty happy about it.
So which one of you is the nice Bonnie DeFame we met in the dressing room? That would be me.
And the sharp-tongued Bonnie we saw in the ratings Raja understage was?
Betty. Hey, keep calling sharp-tongued.
And if the boot fits.
And my name's Betty.
Well, if the boot fits, Betty. It's all starting to make sense now.
So can you tell why I love voicing this character?
Or characters.
Yeah, right?
So, Mr. Justice, this changes the fact of the case rather dramatically, doesn't it?
It certainly does. During the show, it was Bonnie who was on stage the whole time. So Bonnie couldn't have committed the crime. But Betty, on the other hand, who was understage, did have the opportunity.
Well, so now we have 2 suspects.
Dit! Wait just a minute there, lobster boy! I didn't do it! That's right. Betty might have a foul mouth, but she'd never kill anybody. Hey, who's got a foul mouth here? Oh, well, speak up, huh?
Hold it!
Please save your sibling squabble for later. Betty, you must have been in the understage passage during the show. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known about the stage lifts being moved. So what exactly were you doing down there?
Fine, I'll testify. Anything to get you off my back.
Prosecutor Sadmati, Betty DeFame is ready to testify. What do you say?
Betty, you lied to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
Hey, what else could I do? I couldn't blow our cover and ruin our magic act. Besides, am I going to go to Twilight Hell or whatever for being a liar?
You are aware lying to a court is a felony, bunny woman.
I'm a bat, thank you very much. The bunny is my sister.
You will indeed. However, it won't be after your death. Rather, I shall give you a taste of your punishment on this mortal coil in interrogation hell.
And yes, those are the pun their names. Bunny, Bunny, Betty, Bat.
Yep.
Now then, Betty DeFame, please explain to this court what exactly you were doing under the stage.
All right, here we go. It's true, I had business in the understage passage because of the upcoming trick. It was the fire trick, right? The one Mr. Reyes was supposed to do? That's right. It's a very dangerous trick, so I had to make sure we were prepared for it. It was in the script, and I really wanted to see it, but I couldn't because of the accident. Shut up! You're gonna give it away! Anyway, I was real busy. Yeah, way too busy to have a chance to kill Mr. Reyes.
Well, that was certainly different.
How's that for a flawless testimony and alibi? Our magic is real. It's not a trick or a gimmick.
Oh my, she's floating!
Your Honor. You can see she's being held up from below.
You were supposed to pretend you didn't see that. It's a little something called etiquette.
We're in a court, Athena! But I can't help it. Whenever I see a contradiction or inconsistency, I just have to point it out.
Now then, the defense may begin its cross-examination.
Present the fire bucket on the third statement.
Fire!
Fire!
Oh yeah! What was it you said? Third?
Yes, the third. The fire bucket.
Objection!
I hate to break this to you, Betty, but there's a big flaw in your testimony. As big as that one in that floating trick you did earlier.
Oh, harsh words. Well, let me tell you something, forehead boy. No one has ever figured out how we do our teleportation trick.
No one except me, you mean?
Damn! Well, we have even better tricks up our sleeves. Huh? We do? I told you to keep it zipped! Do you see why I love voicing these two?
Now, don't fight, you two. Mr. Justice, what is this about a flaw in the testimony?
The script has this to say about the fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. However, we found the fire bucket lying empty backstage, except for a layer of dust. Ow.
Ouch!
You didn't even attempt to get ready for the next trick, did you, Betty?
You got me!
Betty DeFame, you will explain yourself!
There's nothing to explain. Come on, Betty. We can't hide it any longer. You might as well tell them. Shut up! You can barely take care of yourself! Don't try and tell me what to do!
Well, if neither of you will explain, I guess I'll have to. The reason Betty didn't prepare for the fire trick is because she...
Knew the show wouldn't go on.
Show must go on.
Show must go on.
My favorite Queen song.
Yep.
You didn't prepare for the fire trick because you knew, didn't you? You knew the body would be found and that the show would then be cancelled.
Don't be ridiculous, you insignificant speck of a man!
Excuse me?
I'm gonna yank those lame bangs of yours off! Is that what you want? Huh?
Look, whatever you do on a Saturday night's none of my business.
Objection!
Whatever, they can grow back. Now stop stalling and just tell us the truth already.
I can't reveal my secrets! I'm a magician!
This is a court of law. The magician laws do not apply here. Now fucking talk.
Objection!
You have been chasing the shadow of an illusionary culprit, defense. And having chanced upon a convenient target, you have let yourself get carried away.
Exactly! Where's your proof, huh?
And yet, I can see that the witness's taste for false words has also been proven. I advise you to confine your deceitful trickery to your magic act, witness.
Deceitful trickery!
Well, that's what magic is.
Objection! As your court-appointed therapist, I'd like to add something here, Betty. You finally let yourself be who you really are. But if you continue to hide behind lies, you'll just be imprisoning your heart all over again. All these questions mean you're trying to put me in prison for real. So I'll be behind bars either way.
Does that mean you're admitting your guilt?
Of course not. I can't believe you people. Every one of you thinks I did something I didn't do. You... Lobster boy, cue ball geezer, headcase brat, Cerberus monk!
Wow, tell me how you really feel.
Wow, she called Nayuta a three-headed dog.
Cue ball? Geezer?
Headcase brat? Really? Hold it! Betty, calm down. Come on now, deep breaths, deep breaths. Look, I'm not the murderer, I tell you!
Then how did you know the show would be called off before the fire trick?
I told you, we can't reveal our secrets. We're under contract. Oh.
Contract? What is she talking about? More the point, a contract in a court would be null and void. Be that as it may, you're obviously a suspect in this case.
We know someone in this case who knows all about contracts, don't we?
Mm-hmm. I'm beginning to see the karmic threads that make up the intricate tapestry and that is this case. Huh? Allow me to summarize your assertions, defense. First, that the victim was killed in the understage passage. And second, that the witness and the accused are the only two who could have done it. Exactly. What's more, Betty knew that the body would be found, and that the magic show would then be called off. Therefore, it's reasonable to conclude that Betty killed the victim understage. But what if Betty knew that the show would be called off for some other reason? Like what? In the course of my investigation, I found it strange that the dragon set piece fell when it did. That, in conjunction with the body tumbling from the coffin in such a dramatic fashion, all seemed too perfect for mere happenstance. It was as though the entire chain of events had been planned out in advance. Planned out? That sound effect when the cane hits her head sounds like the old Xbox 360 achievement sound.
Yeah.
After deciding to take this case, I scrupulously studied everything I could about the mass media in this country. Yeah, given this is set in America in the English version, yeah, there's a lot to study with American media. I read the newspaper, old news reports. I even browsed tabloid magazines.
How very industrious of you. I'm impressed.
During this process, I learned about a strange practice favored by the TV world. A practice called the hidden camera prank. Betty and Bonnie, you knew about this, did you not? About the dead body appearing, the set piece falling, the show being suspended. You two were informed of this plan. By Take-Two TV in advance, correct? Is that true?
Betty, please, let us tell them now. I can't hold it anymore. Damn it! Fine, you got us. Everything the prosecutor said is true. The TV station paid us to cooperate with them with this plan. It was all a prank, a big setup planned out in advance. Mr. Reyes showed up dead in the coffin. The set piece falling down. It was all completely scripted. Pranks don't involve death, though.
It was all a prank. Bonnie, is this really true?
Yes. Mr. Reyes was supposed to pretend to be dead. That's how it was supposed to go.
So he was in on it too?
That's right. He was supposed to show up dead in the coffin. And then the set piece would fall down. Trucy would be shocked and start to panic. That's how the prank script went.
What? What the hell kind of prank is that?
But we never thought he'd actually wind up dead. Yeah, that was the only thing that was different from the script. Poor Mr. Reyes.
I'm so completely lost right now.
Well, Betty and Bonnie, it certainly sounds like you have some explaining to do.
All right. I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. Just this once, we'll share how it was done with you. So listen carefully. You'll never hear this kind of thing anywhere else.
Unless we record it and put it on YouTube.
Aw, she's got a bunny and a bat!
Someone catch that bat before it bites someone.
After our teleportation trick, I went down under stage. When Mr. Reyes' body appeared from the coffin on stage, it was time for Betty to do her job in the understage passage. That's right. I used the remote control for the winch connected to the dragon set piece. And made it fall down. And just before the dragon fell, I called Trixie to the backstage so she wouldn't get hurt. After that, the plan was for Mr. Reyes to come back to life in front of a panicked Trucy. He was supposed to laugh and fly up away. That was how it was scripted anyway. But for some reason, he really did turn up dead, so he kind of just stayed on the ground.
What kind of sick joke is that?
Yeah, it's a really sick joke.
Sounds like a terribly mean-spirited prank to me.
Exactly, I don't exactly find it funny.
The poor defendant was trying to do her magic show.
I guess so. I'm sorry, Trucy. Whatever. It was all the ratings of Raj's idea anyway. Aha! Yeah, it sounds like just the kind of thing a guy like him would come up with. This is the prank plan script we got from the ratings, Raja. I guess we all know what this means from here now, guys. Damn it! He made us break our contract! Now we won't get paid!
I see you're starting to say damn in hell instead of heck and dang.
Yep.
But where does this all leave us? Who killed the victim and when?
Yes, exactly. Those are the key questions. If Mr. Reyes was only pretending to be dead in the coffin as part of the prank, then when he was under stage, there would still be life within him. And if that is the case, then Betty, who was also under stage, may be excluded from our list of suspects.
We all know who this means.
Ah! Witness. Was the victim alive up until he entered the coffin?
Oh, well, now that we spilled the beans, we might as well show you this video.
Greetings, viewers! It is I, the great Mr. Reyes! We are currently in the middle of Trucy's escape trick. Having snuck through the understage passage undetected, I am now hiding backstage, preparing to play a little prank on Trucy. I'm about to hide in the coffin, which Trucy will stab with her rubber sword. And when the coffin opens, I will be in it, acting as though I've met my maker. Can you imagine the look on Trucy's face then? I can hardly wait!
Dick?
I still wouldn't find it funny.
Nope. He's about to hide in the coffin? It would seem that the threads of karmic destiny have led us to the truth. The victim passed through the understage where Betty Defame was, and came up into the backstage area. We know this because Mr. Reyes appeared to be backstage when he shot the video we saw. It appears that way, yes. And defense, you proposed the following, did you not? What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? But then what about this video? This footage was taken just before Mr. Reyes entered the coffin.
Oh, so does that mean...
Yes, it's horrible but true. The tragedy did indeed play out right there on the stage. When into the coffin where Mr. Reyes was hiding, Trucy Wright thrust her blade.
See? Told you so.
So are you saying this incident was a tragic accident that happened during a prank?
It would be an accident if the accused had no knowledge of the prank beforehand. So let us ask the accused herself. Miss Wright, did you have prior knowledge of the prank?
What?
Tell him, Trucy. You didn't know anything about it, right?
Of course I didn't. I didn't know a single thing about it.
Objection!
Still think you can play innocent, do you? In that case, you leave me little choice but to present this piece of evidence.
It looks like some sort of note.
That's...
I found this note in the dressing room after the incident. At the time, I did not understand what it meant, but all is clear to me now. What's this?
Let's see, it says, get the video camera after Mr. Reyes comes tumbling out?
It is a note signed by the accused, instructing Bonnie to collect Mr. Reyes' video camera from him, it seems.
I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. I found it in the dressing room before the show. When I saw it, I realized that Trucy knew about the prank.
It does bear her signature. I'll give you that much.
But remember the carbon paper, though?
Yep.
So the defendant had
It was forged.
Yes. So the defendant had prior knowledge of the prank.
It would appear so, yes. When she learned about the plan to trick her, she decided to use it to her own advantage. So she thrust the steel sword into the coffin where the victim stood chuckling to himself. Is that not what happened, Miss Wright?
Of course not! And I didn't write or sign that note! Trucy, you're set up!
Ah, but the handwriting matches yours. All of the evidence and testimony points to you being the culprit.
But I didn't do it! It wasn't me!
Then explain the existence of this note. You can do that, can you not?
I can explain it. I didn't write it, so I don't understand. I didn't kill Mr. Reyes! You have to believe me!
The silence is deafening. Continue struggling against the threads of your own karma if you wish, accused. Even as you are inescapably caught in the web of fate you've spun for yourself. Miss Wright, is it time to resign yourself to your fate?
No, I didn't do it.
Huh, I knew it!
That sweet-looking girl, a murderer?
She took all of us in the act of hers.
I told you, I knew she was a homicidal little witch from the start, but I didn't do it! I really didn't! Why doesn't anybody believe me?
Shut up, you killer!
We won't fall for that anymore! Jesus Christ!
This is bad. Your Honor, I suggest we put an end to this tragedy now. Give your official ruling and let us offer the victim's soul the last rites that it deserves.
Very well. I suppose I have no other choice. This court hereby finds the defendant Trucy Wright.
Objection!
The defense has an objection!
Apollo!
You? Even now you would... I won't give up, and I refuse to let either of them down. Mr. Wright, who's counting on me, and Trucy, who's put all her faith in me.
Mr. Justice, the fact that you have raised an objection means that you have evidence for which to refute the prosecution's claim, correct?
Yes? I
yes.
know exactly what it is.
Yes, of course, Your Honor.
Do we really have anything, Apollo?
Actually, we do. There's that one piece of evidence we can present here.
Very well, Mr. Justice. You may proceed.
As we saw in the show footage, there's no question that the defendant thrust a sword into the coffin. The defense doesn't dispute this point. But let us not forget that this was a magic show filled with tricks and illusions. We can't take everything we see at face value.
So you're saying some sleight of hand was somehow involved?
Sleight of hand, my mistake. Yes, the defense contends that the sword the defendant used was not the cause of death. Now, what was it that Trucy told me she did just before she thrust the sword into the coffin?
That
Very
it was
well.
a fake.
Very well. Let us see your evidence then, Mr. Justice. But remember, you interrupted my verdict to make this claim. You will be severely penalized if you are bluffing.
That's fine, Your Honor. This shows that it's possible that the sword Miss Wright used was not the cause of death.
The sword stand. Because remember, in the investigation, she switched the swords.
Take that!
What's this? A sword from the show?
That's right, Your Honor. This rubber sword was the sword stand under stage. During the trick, Miss Wright was supposed to swap the real sword for a rubber sword. And she told us on record that she remembers very clearly that she did.
I see. So the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin was a rubber sword, was it? But then why was a steel sword found lying on the stage?
Somebody must have put the steel sword there by swapping it with the rubber one. Just after the incident occurred, the dragon set piece fell, and the theater was evacuated. The real culprit must have used the resulting chaos to swap the rubber sword for the steel one.
Objection.
Do you not know when to give up, stinkbug? That is not possible. Blood was found in the coffin hole that the sword was thrust into. It must have been left there when the accused withdrew the sword. This is incontrovertible proof that the sword she used was the steel one.
Objection.
But that blood could be the result of someone tampering with the crime scene after the fact. After the set piece fell and the audience was cleared out of the theater, there was plenty of time for somebody to plant the blood there.
Objection.
If the sword the accused used was a rubber one, then when exactly do you propose the victim was killed? Given that Mr. Reyes was alive when he entered the coffin.
Objection.
Finding the answer to that question is precisely what we need to continue this trial.
Let me express my opinion. By all accounts, it is certainly reasonable to suspect the defendant based on the evidence. But as to the question of whether the sword the defendant used was rubber or steel, I believe further discussion is warranted. I suggest we hear from the defendant herself on this issue.
Very well, Your Honor. Yes, I saved it, somehow. Too close for comfort, but still.
Phew.
Let's adjourn for a brief 15-minute recess. I advise the prosecution that the defense use this time to prepare.
And by process of elimination, we know who the real culprit is. Mr. Ratings. Phew, that was hairy.
Tell me about it. We barely made it through by the skin of our teeth.
Can't say I'm crazy about that prosecutor Sadmati either. You know, with the way he says, let it go, move on, as if it's nothing.
Let it go and move on, huh? Oh, it's him.
Oh, yep.
Got your next evil scheme in the works already?
You mean you?
What do you want? Keep making that face, champ, and everybody's gonna change the channel. Look this way, Trucy. Now, smile for the camera.
Fuck off!
Let's see those pearly whites. Isn't that what the Grammary Creed tells you to do? How does it feel, Trucy? Everybody online can't stop talking about you.
She's 17, you creep! Back off!
I know, right? They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the end of Troop Grammary?
Go away, you creep!
Oh, what's this? Something just charged into frame. It looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be Trucy's pet?
Filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff?
Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me. Everybody literally just saw you.
Yeah, the guard is standing right there.
2 guards, actually.
Yeah. Huh? What happened to the camera?
just disappeared right before our very eyes.
Almost if it was magic.
I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy show from the gallery. I put out a call for Trucy's fans to come and support her earlier, by the way. But I'll get some great footage out of them. This is gonna be good. Hang loose, baby. Wanker.
But yeah, the way how that camera disappeared, as if it was magic. Keep that in mind, chat.
He called in some of Trucy's fans, but for what purpose?
Apollo? I think Mr. Reddings just did. That was some high-level sleight of hand.
Huh? Why would he know how to do something like that?
I don't know, but he definitely has some serious magic skills.
No way. But I thought he said magicians were a bunch of good-for-nothings.
Mr. Lawyer? Mr. Lawyer?
Oh, hello, Bonnie. Can I help you with something?
Well, there's something that's been bothering me.
Really? What is it?
Well, you see... Hey, dummy! What are you whispering to the lobster boy about?
My name's Apollo, you know.
Betty? What do you think we are? Are you crazy? You want a piece of this? You know you have to talk to me first before you do or say anything, you hairbrain!
Hairbrain?
Shut your mouth, you dumb bunny! Come with me, now!
Hairbrain, what are you, 5?
Oh god, I fucking love those two.
I wonder what was bothering her.
There's no way we're finding out without Betty constantly hovering over her like that.
Court is about to reconvene. Will you be alright testifying?
Yes, it's just... I wonder what Mr. Retinas has up his sleeve. Ratings, I'm sorry, Mr. Ratings. I doubt he's bringing actual fans.
Yeah, probably not. I wonder what he has up his sleeve, too. He better not be trying to get under Trucy's skin right now, of all times. You're Trucy right, and you'll be fine!
Oh! There goes Apollo with his best trick!
That's right. Whenever I'm feeling down, I always tell myself I'm fine.
If only we're that simple in real life.
Tuh.
Alright, I'll give it a try. I'm Trucy right and I'm fine! Thanks, Polly. I think I can do this now.
That girl. Good luck up there on the stand. You'll do great.
Thanks. I'll be fine. I can do this.
All right, Justice. You can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial.
Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand.
Trucy Wright, magician.
Here comes the liar, the deceitful witch.
The murderer in jail!
The last member of Troop Grammary.
Boo! We don't want to see you on stage!
Order! The gallery will be quiet, or I will have you all thrown out in the spot!
What's with all the hecklers?
I bet they're fans Mr. Ratings invited.
What a grade A jerk. Well, he's not going to psych us out.
Now then, Miss Wright. The court would like to know if you switched from the steel sword to a rubber one on stage. So please testify about this issue.
She's just gonna try and trick us again with her magic.
Hurry up and convict her already!
Give her the death penalty.
Yeah.
Jesus, I thought Karayan was ruthless.
Silence! All of you! I won't tell you again! Miss Wright, do you feel able to testify?
Yes, I'm fine, Your Honor.
Trucy, I knew I shouldn't have let her go through this.
I'd like to make a small request. how about instead of testifying with words, I'll show you exactly what happened. Would that be alright, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge it for yourselves.
In spite of everything, she's still smiling. Has he been playing Undertale?
Yeah. Our Truthy's amazing, isn't she?
She sure is. She's doing just fine up there. Whew, I think that's the angriest I've ever made the judge.
Yeah, right.
A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following the troop grammar creed even now. She really is something else.
It's showtime for Magic Girl Trucy Wright. Watch carefully now, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on this sword. Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp this blade truly is. See that? No tricks or gimmicks. A very sharp sword indeed.
Oh, what a waste of an apple.
Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and... Presto Sordo! There, I've switched it. And now... As you can see, the blade is not steel, but rubber.
But... Bravo, Miss Wright!
Wow, she switched them in a flash!
Couldn't see her do it all.
She's completely turned the room around.
The hecklers are being drowned. The hecklers are about being drowned out by the cheering.
Where did the steel sword vanish off to, Miss Wright? In order to deepen our understanding of the case, please tell us if you would. I'm not asking out of mere curiosity, just so you know.
I usually hide the steel sword backstage when I switch them during the show.
So when you thrust the rubber sword into the coffin, the steel sword wasn't even on stage, but behind the curtain.
Exactly. So you see, there is a trick and a gimmick to it after all. And as for where the steel sword went when I performed the trick just now, it's a secret. Wouldn't want to spoil the magic for you now, would I?
Ho 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 ho!
That's our Trusty!
Yeah, still. Miss Wright, that part where you spun around, that's an actual part of the sword switching trick you do for the show, right?
Right. The other parts, like the apple, were just to help with my explanation here in the court.
That's funny. I think I found an inconsistency in her testimony. And it looks like I'm not the only one. I don't know what it's doing there. But now I've found it, I have to get to the bottom of it.
Now then, Mr. Justice, you may go ahead and question the witness. But try not to ask dumb questions and spoil this wondrous trick.
I thought this was supposed to be my cross-examination. Yeah, and it's a court of law.
Present the show footage on the fifth statement.
Show footage on the fifth statement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Objection!
Miss Wright, there's something I'd like to confirm with you.
What is it, Apollo?
There seems to be a discrepancy between the way you performed the trick for us just now and the way it appears in the show footage.
What? But that can't be! I performed it exactly the same way both times!
Then what's going on here? Miss Wright, I have the show footage right here. And the part where you twirl your cape around is missing from it.
What? But I did it!
So...
It was edited out!
It really is the exact moment you switched the swords?
It was edited out! Yes, that's right.
I knew it! Well, I certainly never expected the defense to expose the accused lie for me.
Mr. Justice, does this mean that you are arguing that the defendant did not swap the swords during the magic show?
No, Your Honor, that wasn't my intention. I mean,
I did swap them! I know I did! I'm absolutely sure of it!
human memory is unreliable at best, but in this case, I am afraid that it is the witness herself who cannot be trusted. We can see the footage for ourselves. The claims of this witness are false.
But...
Now that it has been proven that the accused did not swap swords, it means that the use of the steel sword to pierce the coffin was wholly intentional. And by the way, was it not you, Mr. Justice, who argued that Mr. Reyes' death was not an accident, but murder? I assume you have no objections to that still. It was, after all, your own assertion. The defense...
Objection! The defense has an objection. To you, Mr. Apollo Justice. I demand you withdraw the discrepancy you pointed out now.
But there is a discrepancy, and it must mean something, I'm sure of it.
Would the defense team kindly save their spat until after the court is adjourned? Now, after all this debate, it seems we've come back around to the original argument. The defendant knew about the prank plan that would place the victim inside the coffin. What's more, the defendant did not perform the sword-switching trick on stage.
Through her actions, I'm afraid I've come to see the true intentions of the accused. Her murderous intentions.
It's such a shame.
But I did twist the sword, I swear!
You're knee-deep in it now, Justice.
Hold it! Excuse me.
Let's see. You are... Which one are you again? Benny? No, that's not right. Bonnie?
It's Bonnie. You were mixing the two names together, Your Honor.
Body's actually a slang term for ass in Scotland.
Oh, God.
Oh, pardon me. And do you have something you wish to say, Bonnie?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to testify.
About what?
The more I think about it, the less possible it seems. I don't believe Trissy killed Mr. Reyes.
Bonnie?
Hold it! What's the big idea? Such an incredibly gifted and talented magician would never commit murder. I refuse to believe it. What are you talking about, you harebrained hare? You keep your trap shut. I got a bed of baby carrots for you, so chew on those and pipe down.
Hey, give me some.
No, I won't be quiet. What's the matter with you? Didn't you hear me? Trissy said something to me once. Huh? She said, no matter how scared you get, no matter how mean people are to you, you can't give in or give up. That's what being a professional magician is all about. Isn't that right, Trissy? That's right, Bonnie. I've always been afraid to stand up to Betty, afraid to defy her, so I did what she said. But when I saw Trissy today, she gave me strength.
She's just gonna try and trick us again with her magic.
Hurry up and convict her already!
Give her the death penalty!
I'd like to make a small request. How about, instead of testifying with words, I show you exactly what happened? Would that be alright, Your Honor? You can witness the stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourselves! Seeing her courage, the way she kept smiling despite everything, she's just incredible. So I'm not gonna run away. I'm scared, but for once, I'm going to be brave! Ugh. What have you done to my sister, Trucy Wright? You've practically brainwashed her! It's the power of Trucy's conviction. That's what it is. It's touched Bonnie's heart.
Yeah, Trucy really is one magical girl. Bonnie, is the topic of your testimony related to that thing that was bothering you? That thing you tried to tell us about in the lobby during the recess?
Yes, ever since I saw the show footage, something's been nagging at me. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but something is off. I feel like something about it is different from what I saw on the stage.
What do you mean by that, Bonnie?
I wonder if it was shown on TV is really the same as what happened on stage.
Objection!
Of course it is. The show has only been performed once, after all. It can't show anything other than what happened on that stage yesterday.
Objection!
But Bonnie's testimony deserves our attention. We have to examine the show footage.
But what can we check it against? Do you have some other footage of the show?
Well,
I have some show footage.
you do?
One of the TV station's cameramen said he was a fan of mine. He kept his camera on me throughout the entire show. And then afterwards, he gave me the footage he shot as a present.
He did?
To tell you the truth, I thought it was kind of creepy, so I was gonna get rid of it.
Hold it!
We know someone who's creepy to girls.
Please submit that footage to the court. Yes, that's not the last we've seen of him.
Now then, let's take a look at this new footage.
Okay, everyone pay attention. Okay. Cards flown at her.
Wow. Okay, then.
He really did keep his camera on Bonnie the whole time, didn't he?
I think this cameraman needs to keep his personal feelings out of his work.
I think this cameraman needs to be fired.
Clearly.
Well, Defense, do you still believe this new show footage is worth inspecting?
Yes, actually.
Of course I do!
Okay, so how are we gonna go about this?
Let's try comparing the two. We just might find an inconsistency between them.
An inconsistency, huh?
Yes, the two pieces of footage are the same scene, so they should match up. But Bonnie felt there was something off about the original footage. So we can pick out what's different between the two.
We'll know what Bonnie found strange.
Exactly. Plus, we may figure out why the original doesn't show the sword-switching trick. Your Honor, the defense would like to compare these two pieces of show footage.
Very well. I will allow it.
What a waste of time.
Paulo, do you know how to compare the two pieces of footage?
No, I've never done it before.
I'll give you a little lesson then. Use the video player's buttons to go through the footage. When you want to speed through, use the fast forward button B. And if you want to go back, use the rewind button X. If you want to halt the playback, just use the pause button A. Oh, and by the way, if you fast forward or rewind when the playback is paused, you can do a slow frame-by-frame playback.
Okay, and how do I switch between the two videos?
Just use the switch camera button, LB. Now, if you find a difference between the two pieces of footage, put the cursor over what's different and present Y to the court.
Thanks, Athena. You really know your stuff.
Not really. I just gave it some gusto and then went with my gut on most of it.
What? I sure hope she guessed right. Anyway, let's give it a try. Also, why
Switch to Bonnie's footage.
why was she speaking to me as if I was holding a controller?
Now fast forward to when the playing cards were flying at her. Fast forward when the cards are flying. When the cards fly, pause. Come on. Come on. Ha! Present the cards. Any of them.
Take that!
This is it right here. Take a good look at this scene and compare it to the video shot from the front.
Oh, the playing cards don't appear in the video shot from the front.
Hey, you're right. What's going on here?
Miss Wright, can you tell us what about these playing cards?
Oh, those? They're the cards I throw when I do the sword switching trick.
What?
Mr. Justice, does this mean...
Yes, it means that the sword switching trick was cut from the TV show footage.
Bingo!
So the footage was edited. Yes, with malicious intent. That is absurd.
Well, we must get to the bottom of this right away. Bailiff, the TV station might still have the unedited footage. Go see what you can find out. Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, Roger.
Hold it. Hold it.
Ew. Fuck. All the way off.
It's you. Now hold up, Your Honor. This is all just a big misunderstanding. Believe you me. Give a guy a chance to defend himself before you start pointing fingers. And who might you be? Right. Sorry about that. Got ahead of myself there. Here's my business card. Charmed to make your acquaintance, Your Honor. Oh, well, how very polite of you. It's lovely to meet you too, Prosecutor Sadmati. Please take my card.
A business card? Ah, yes. I read about this custom among businessmen in this country. It's a custom around the world, Nayura. I have even familiarized myself with the various replies. How do you do, good sir? Or, what's crack-a-lackin', homie? For example.
God.
I think I just died a little inside.
I did too.
Oh, you're from Take Two TV. Are you witness? Come to think of it, I believe I've seen you on television before.
Yes, Roger Ratings, otherwise known as the Ratings Raja. He is a TV producer and appears on many of his own shows as of late. He is best known for his catchphrase, "Hang loose, baby."
Oh my, so you're the Ratings Raja.
Hang loose, judgy baby. Nice courtroom you got here.
I never thought I'd get to meet you in person. But Prosecutor Sadmati, how do you know so much about him?
In preparation for the case, I watched all of his shows. I found the Ratings Raja goes to Burger Barn of particular interest. It inspired me to visit that restaurant straight away to learn more about the local cuisine.
What? You went to Burger Barn?
Who would have thought?
You must really have wanted to try it, huh, buddy? Because that line, phew!
Compared to my ascetic training, an hour's wait is nothing. I recommended the Southwestern burger with jalapeno jack cheese, by the way.
That does sound nice, actually.
Yeah. I'm having a really hard time picturing him in a line for burgers.
So am I.
Well, maybe it will work for Maya, but definitely not him.
Prosecutor Sadmati's unexpected enthusiasm for food aside, Mr. Ratings, what is this misunderstanding you mentioned?
Actually, I actually wonder if it was Maya who got him to try burgers.
Probably. Well, for starters, it's true that the footage was edited. You'll get your hands on this anyway, so I might as well show you the unedited footage. It's a pretty long video, so I'll just show you the part with the playing cards. You can see the cards when Trucy spins around, so keep your eyes peeled.
Ah. There's the cards.
Did you see the part that was cut where Trucy switched the swords? She spins around and the playing cards go flying. Everything's like it's supposed to be. Then it seems the defendant really did swap swords during the trick. Which means the sword Miss Wright thrust into the coffin was the rubber one. In other words, Miss Wright couldn't have killed Mr. Reyes. Hold it! Yeah, see, that's the first misunderstanding right there. What do you mean? Well, Trucy definitely did swap swords, as you saw. So yeah, maybe she didn't kill Mr. Reyes when she stabbed the coffin. But that just means he was killed after he showed up pretending to be a corpse. So you're saying that up until that point, everything was going according to the script. If that's true, then when and how exactly do you think he was killed? It was after the dragon set piece came crashing down. I say Trucy murdered Mr. Reyes when she was hidden from view behind the set piece. She could have easily done it behind that huge dragon, and nobody'd be the wiser. I see. Indeed, there is a ring of truth to your assertion. You bet! Plus, there's a suspicious-looking shadow in the footage, too. It's toward the end of the footage, just before the dragon hits the stage. It might be easier to see, just to see for yourselves.
There was Mr. Hat flying up.
It's only for a split second, so it's hard to catch, but look here.
Yep.
That suspicious shadow must be Trucy. She's using the steel sword she hid behind the curtain during the trick to kill the victim.
That was just Mr. Hat flying up.
Mr. Hat.
Mr. Hat.
Now that you mention it, I suppose it does look that way.
Objection!
This witness is just trying to ram his theory down our throats, Your Honor. And that's not all. Aren't we all forgetting that the witness willfully edited the sword switch out of the footage? Hold it. You see, there's your second misunderstanding right there. Your Honor, would you mind if I testified about it? I've seen people testify on TV, and I've always wanted to give it a shot. That would be fine with me, Prosecutor Sadmati. This is quite unexpected. It threatens to disrupt the karmic course of this case. Hey, lighten up, pretty boy. You're gonna like what I gotta say. Promise. Pretty boy. Very well. However, if you do anything to impede the last rites for the victim, I will have you removed. Reminds me when someone called Arthur Pretty Boy in Red Dead 2, and he was just like,
Yeah.
Come on now, pretty boy! All right, with Prosecutor Sadmati's permission, please give us your testimony, Mr. Ratings. Roger Ratings, the Ratings Raja, now Kaiser of the courtroom. I'm taking over the floor, so listen up, loyal viewers.
This guy's unbearable!
Try voicing him. Footage is meant to be edited, I tell you. Scenes are spliced together, and long or boring scenes are cut out. All the stations edit footage this way. It wasn't like it was done maliciously or something.
Really?
It was just a coincidence that particular scene was cut. It wasn't intentional. Or what? You got some proof that I had an ulterior motive for editing the footage?
We do, actually.
I see. So you're saying it was a coincidence that the sword-swapping scene was cut? That's right. Glad you got the picture.
Objection!
Coincidence? That's just a little too convenient if you ask me. Oh, an objection! How cool! It sure packs a lot more punch when you hear it live. Do that again! I want to get another shot from a different angle. My objection is not for your entertainment. And cut! There! I got some good stuff there. Mr. Ratings, filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Whoops, my bad, Judge. And if the defense has an issue, I can point it out during the cross-examination.
Press on the fourth statement. We're taking this fucker down.
Hold it!
Of all the scenes you could have cut, why the sword-switching trick? That seems like too much of a coincidence to me. Oh, so now you're just gonna tell me how I'm supposed to edit my programs, big shot? It's hard being the boss, kid. You gotta make the tough choices, like which content gets cut. Then let me ask you this. Why exactly did you make such a tough choice in this case?
You wouldn't understand, champ. It's all about artistic vision. I tell you, people tell you how to do your job when they don't know the first thing about it.
I may not know TV, but I know evidence law. And boy, do I have some for you, champ. I might not be able to show that your selective editing was intentional. However, I know you bear the defendant ill will, and this is the evidence that proves it.
The clipboard. The clipboard.
Oh.
Take that!
Huh? What's that you got there? This is the contract that you had Miss Wright sign just before the magic show. This contract between the first party, Take-Two TV, and the second party, Miss Wright, reads, if, through the fault of the second party, the show must be cancelled in part or in full, the second party will pay $3 million as compensation for the first party.
$3 million? That's a completely unreasonable sum.
I couldn't agree more. And of course, Miss Wright doesn't have that kind of money. Nevertheless, Roger Ratings had her sign this unreasonable contract anyway. Or more accurately, he conned her into signing it.
Conned her? How did he do that?
There's a trick to this clipboard that was used by Miss Wright to sign her contract. It houses carbon paper that can secretly copy her signature onto other documents.
Oh, come on now. That's quite a nasty accusation you're slinging my way. For starters, you don't have any proof I had anything to do with that carbon paper stuff. Just because Trucy and her agency can't pay up, that doesn't mean I conned her. But $3 million, that's totally out of reach for the average person. In any case, this is important new information. Please add it to your testimony, Mr. Ratings.
Present Trucy's note. This is new.
Where's your proof? Where's your proof linking me that tricked out clipboard? You don't have any, do you?
Present Trucy's note.
Trucy's note. You mean Trucy's statement?
No, the note. The very last piece of
Oh, yeah.
evidence there.
You must be quite the con man if you can't fool a magician with a simple trick. But if you think you can con a lawyer, you're very much mistaken. Hey kid, would it kill you to enunciate in front of the camera? You know, like a newscaster? I'd like you to take a look at Miss Wright's signature on this note. That enough for you? Now let's compare that signature to the one here in the contract.
Yep.
Well, would you look at that? They're exactly the same.
And no one in the world does the exact same signature all the time.
Right.
That's right, Your Honor. Not just similar, but exactly the same. Nobody can sign their name in exactly the same way twice, unless it's a copy. These signatures are proof positive that you conned Miss Wright. And you definitely proved your malicious intent. Say, not bad, Laura guy. Didn't know you had it in you. This is really getting interesting now. It'll get great ratings for sure. Don't try to dodge the issue, Mr. Ratings. The fact that you bear ill will against my client. So the show footage was definitely edited with malicious intentions. Isn't that right?
Objection.
What a forced argument, defense. All you have really proven is not his ill will towards Miss Wright, but his pecuniary greed?
Yeah, pecuniary.
Pecuniary greed. That's right. I just wanted the money, baby. Fat stacks of cheddar. That's all. After all, I'd never even crossed paths with Trucy before the magic show. So I'd absolutely no reason to bear any ill will, right?
Oh, really?
He didn't bear any ill will, huh? Fat chance. This guy definitely has some major hate for Trucy. You'll see. I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. I'll prove those grammary magicians are all a bunch of lowlifes.
You ready for this, chat? You ready for this?
I can't prove it with anything, but the things he said all point to that fact. There must be something between the two of them that gave birth to this grudge. Some sort of connection that not even Trucy is aware of. Your Honor, I'd like to argue that Roger Ratings and Trucy Wright may have crossed paths before. There must be some hidden connection between them. Hidden?
Connection?
What is it now?
Just what are you getting at, Mr. Justice?
It is futile to even ask, Your Honor. Surely it's just another one of the defense's feckless claims.
I love that word, feckless.
Objection.
Yep.
You don't seem to have a very high opinion of me, but once you hear my argument, you'll wish you'd taken me a whole lot more seriously. Will I really? Very well then. Do proceed.
Did you figure something out, Apollo?
Nope, not a thing.
What?
That was just some good old-fashioned bluffing, courtesy of Mr. Wright's fine training.
I hope you know what you're doing.
If you're going to make such a bold claim, Mr. Justice, I hope you're ready to elaborate. What is this hidden connection between the defendant and Roger Ratings?
The Magician 2!
I'm so tempted to pick that one. But
no.
I know this is the right one.
Yeah, he's a Magician 2!
That sleight of hand trick Mr. Ratings did during the recess earlier.
Filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff?
Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me.
Yep.
What if Mr. Ratings is a magician too?
What if? I believe it's up to the defense to fill in the blanks, not me.
Well, if he is, he may have had some contact with Miss Wright somewhere along the way.
Objection.
Your argument is hardly worth responding to. But by all means, please do continue. As a passage in the sacred scriptures of Corainism states, he who gives a sermon to a monkey is himself a monkey. What?
Ha!
It doesn't matter what you say to a dimwit. He isn't going to get it anyway. But we saw Mr. Ratings perform a magic trick. He made a video camera disappear in the blink of an eye. Well, I think it was pretty funny if I were a magician. You must have been seeing things. Want me to introduce you to a good eye doctor? If a connection as tenuous as that is all it takes, then every magician in the country could potentially build ill will towards the accused. I guess you're right. You're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, are you, short stuff? You would do well to cleanse that putrid mind of yours in the holy waters of Mount Ponipony. Ponipony?
What?
Panipony. I'll just say Panipony. Mount Panipony.
Yeah.
3 days under a frigid waterfall, and even you should rise to the level of a monkey. You calling me a Saiyan? A numbskull for a numbskull. Ugh. Well, this numbskull has thick skin, so there.
I think I get what they're driving at. Even if he is a magician, it's not exactly a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy, is it? Oh, there's a reason.
Hold on. I can think of one person. One magician who had a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy. Or rather, one magician who had a reason to bear a grudge against Troop Grammary.
Oh?
No way!
There it is.
Is something wrong, Mr. Justice?
Your Honor, the defense wishes to submit evidence at this time.
I see. And what sort of evidence do you have for us?
Evidence that points to the real killer. The one who had a motive to commit this crime.
What?
And what have you come up with this time, defense? Trucy Wright is the sole heir to Troop Grammary and its name. This puts her square in the crosshairs of one particular magician. And this piece of evidence points to the one person with a grudge against Miss Wright.
The 13-year-old poster.
Take that!
And who exactly are you naming, Mr. Justice?
13 years ago, the great Mr. Reyes belonged to Troop Grammary. But then the troop ousted him, and Mr. Reyes vowed to get revenge on them someday. And what better way to accomplish that than through the ruination of their sole heir?
But Mr. Reyes is the victim, Mr. Justice. You named a dead man as your suspect.
But is he really dead?
What do you mean, is he really dead?
If the facts that Mr. Reyes is the victim is what's throwing you off, then how about we consider this possibility? What if the man who died on that stage yesterday wasn't Mr. Reyes?
What? You mean the victim was an imposter?
Not Mr. Reyes? Then what about the real Mr. Reyes?
It would mean that the real Mr. Reyes is still alive.
That's absurd. Mr. Justice, who is the real Mr. Reyes, if not the victim of this case?
It's all coming together now. I finally see the gimmick, the trick to this entire case. This should explain everything, Your Honor. The real killer, the one who hated Troop Grammary and wanted to sully its name. The magician lurking in the shadows who set up a fake Mr. Reyes in his stead. The real Mr. Reyes is...
Roger Ratings!
Take that!
But that's...
Yes, it is. Roger Ratings is the real Mr. Reyes.
What?
Objection!
Oh, hollow red pepper, your impotent seeds sprout naught but meaningless empty words. You can't possibly have proof to support such an outlandish theory. It's not a bad idea for a soap opera. But not even die-hard fans of the genre would stick around past the pilot. You want proof? I've got proof. I can prove it by... proving that the Mr. Reyes in yesterday's magic show was a fake. And to do that... I just need you to look at the spot on the poster.
His scar!
Take that!
This is the injury Mr. Reyes sustained while practicing a magic trick 13 years ago. However...
Yep.
The video the victim shot of himself shows no trace of that injury.
You're absolutely right!
Now, Mr. Ratings, what do you suppose we'd find if we take a look at your right forearm? Is there by chance a nasty 13-year-old scar under that sleeve of yours? Well, Mr. Ratings, why don't you roll up your sleeve and let the court have a look? Or are you hiding something else up there? Come on now. I have nothing up my sleeve. I don't need to hide anything up there because I require no tricks or gimmicks. For you see, my magic is the real deal.
So you admit it then? Yep!
Is this what you were hoping to see?
Oh, there it is! The scar!
Just as I thought. That's right. I'm the forgotten magician, abandoned to the dark understage of history. The great Mr. Reyes.
This is
It's totally...
absurd!
all this for revenge.
Oh, how ironic, wouldn't you say? That this odious mark carved into me by Troop Grammary would bring me back into the limelight once more. Strange how the karmic threads before me. If this witness is the real Mr. Reyes, then who is the victim who perished in the magic show? He was but a fan. I met him on one of my programs several years ago. He said he'd become a magician out of admiration for the great Mr. Reyes. In confidence, I told him my true identity and let him take on my mantle.
So the man died for nothing!
And when did this man take over for you?
About 2 years ago, I taught him my tricks and even acted as his producer. And so, a mere amateur became a popular magician overnight. Courtesy of my magic on the stage we call television.
You motherfucker!
Hope you enjoyed the show.
You really had us all fooled.
Mr. Ratings, or should I say, Mr. Reyes. In your hatred of Troop Grammary, you killed the victim, Mr. Mystery. And then set up Miss Right to take the fall, didn't you? You did it all just to tarnish the Grammary name. I have no idea what you're talking about, lad. I set up the prank, that much is true. But it was simply a harmless joke on Trucy, I assure you.
That was not a joke!
Yet she learned of the plan and made use of it to commit murder. This is how strongly the criminal element runs in the blood of these Grammaries.
Objection!
But if it was a secret prank plan that very few people knew about, couldn't you have been the one to use it for murder instead? Ah! Yikes! Oops.
His head!
Just kidding. What the heck? What the hell was that? Heed my words, lawyer lad, for I fear your grasp on reality is slipping. I do believe I told you my magic is real. It employs neither tricks nor gimmicks. Enough with the ambiguity. Why don't you make your point already? My alibi is as pristine as ever, wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Sodmati? Yes, I suppose that is correct. The witness does have a solid alibi. What? Recall, defense, that at the time of the magic show, Mr. Ratings was at Take Two TV. A fact that many people can easily attest to. Ugh, that's right. I forgot all about that. So what do you think, Your Honor? Would you like to testify on the matter?
Yes, I think you'd better. Please tell the court more about your alibi.
Very well then. On with the show. Are you watching, Magnifi-Grammary? The time has finally come for my magic to snuff out your precious pedigree. The Grammary line will be no more.
This is the last testimony. Last one.
I was at the TV station at the time of the Penrose performance. I was busy working on another TV program. I could spare no time for the magic show. Do ask my staff if you doubt my claim. And there it is, a simple and perfect alibi. No tricks, no gimmicks, just the truth. You understand now, perhaps? I did not grace the theater with my presence until after the incident. So how could I have committed the murder? His staff did say he was there at the station. So it sure does sound like a rock-solid alibi.
But that can't be right. If Mr. Retinas is the killer, he had to have been at the theater.
There's gotta be a hole somewhere in his story. I assure you there's no holes on Mr. Reyes' stage. No tricks, no gimmicks. True magic doesn't need trapdoors to escape through. Did you enjoy my show to the fullest? And my real alibi?
All right. Press on statements for 1, 3, and 4.
1, 3, and 4.
All right, so 1.
But you did come to the theater eventually, isn't that right? Indeed. Anxious to see how the show was progressing, I made my way to the theater. Let's see. My journey took about 10 minutes by car. Could he actually have been at the theater during those 10 minutes? Killing the victim? Allow me a stab at reading your mind. Aha! Could I have been at the theater during those 10 minutes killing the victim? How in the... But no, I took a taxi. The driver can attest to that. Feel free to call a taxi company if my word does not satisfy you. The driver's a big fan of the ratings Raja. I even gave him my card. He gave the driver his card? That was very clever of him. You might as well give it up, lad. Questioning real magic is a fool's errand. Besides, you know very well what I was doing at the time of the incident.
All right, number 3.
Yeah, it comes to voicing this guy. I'm sort of basing it on Roger Craig Smith.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hold it!
How do we know those staff members aren't in cahoots with you? I make my business to perform solo. My magic has neither need nor want of assistance. After all, one of them could reveal the secrets behind my magic, could they not? So he doesn't trust anybody, huh? He's the complete opposite of Trucy. There were many people there in the studio audience who saw the witness as well. Even if he had been able to persuade his own staff to cover for him. He could not have convinced so many complete strangers to do the same.
He really has made a rock-solid alibi for himself.
Yeah, it's almost too good, you know? It's eerie how perfect it is. Has all been revealed to you now?
Hold it!
I've got it! Do you have a brother? A brother that looks exactly like you, maybe? Again with the twin business? You think the audience will get away with using the same gimmick twice in a row? If you do not believe him, Defense, why not investigate for yourself? Though I am sure your efforts will prove to be thoroughly fruitless. Yeah, I guess the twins theory is a little far-fetched. His alibi really is airtight. I believe we've heard enough. While I believe the witness does indeed harbor some ill will against the defendant, there is no reason to doubt that he was at the TV station at the time of the incident. Yes, the facts prove it was impossible for the witness to have been involved with this crime. These last rites for the victim have dragged on long enough. The soul of the victim himself is so bored that it is resting on the top of Your Honor's head.
It is? That's just the bird sprite, but they took the bird away? The time has come. Let us punish this sinner and guide the victim's soul to the Twilight Realm.
Apollo, Trista will be thrown in prison and we'll be out of a job. But if you catch tasty fishes, will you sell me some of a good price?
I told you, I have an absolutely zero intention of going off on a tuna boat. Think, Justice. You have to figure this out. It's no use. I can't find a single flaw. So what now? Behold, my never-ending magic show. Come for the awe-inspiring showmanship of the great Mr. Reyes. And stay for my grand illusion until the end of time. Wait, is he saying that we're still trapped in some sort of illusion of his?
That's what professional magicians do. They make their audience something that isn't really there. In other words, you make us see illusions, right? We call it misdirection. While we keep you busy believing one thing, we're busy making something else happen. What we say is there really isn't, and what we say isn't there actually is.
Could it be? You know what, Mr. Ratings? I guess we have all been spectators to the elaborate illusion you've prepared for us. An illusion that has subtly turned our attention towards something you wanted us to see. What are you going on about, lad?
Have you gone something, Apollo?
I just remembered something Trucy said about misdirection. What a magician says is there really isn't, and what they say isn't there actually is. If we've all been taken for a ride by Mr. Rating's magic, then maybe he's made us see something that wasn't really there. It's time to rethink all my assumptions about this case. What have we been made to believe was there when it actually wasn't? What have we taken to be the absolute facts of this case? If I reevaluate the validity of all these things, then just maybe. Athena, there's something uncanny about this case.
Okay, what is it?
Rating's alibi. It's too perfect.
That's true. It's like it's impossible to break no matter how hard we try.
But maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's exactly what he wants us to think.
I'm not following.
We're not making any headway here because we've all been so focused on breaking his alibi.
Oh, I think I get it. You're saying he's using misdirection on us, right?
It's definitely a possibility. Would the defense care to share with everyone what it's discussing over there? Your Honor, we believe that if we were to reconsider a certain assumption, we may finally arrive at the truth. In fact, I think we'll even finally see who's hiding behind the curtain, so to speak. And what is this certain assumption you're thinking of? This is the one key assumption we've been taking for granted this whole time.
The culprit was on scene.
What if the culprit was somewhere other than the theater at the time of the crime? What if there was some way to commit the murder without actually being there? If that were the case, then Mr. Rating's perfect alibi would become irrelevant.
Objection!
How could one person stab another to death with a sword without physically being there? Furthermore, we all saw what appears to be the culprit's shadow in the footage.
Objection!
But couldn't we just as easily assume that the shadow does not belong to the culprit? Well, if it's not the culprits, then who is it? I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track.
We've all seen something that looks like this shadowy shape before, Your Honor. During the magic show itself.
In that case, please point it out to in the show footage for us.
This is the thing that looks suspiciously similar to the shadowy figure of the culprit.
So, fast forward to when Mr. Hat disappears. Fast forward to when Mr. Hat disappears and present the moving shadow that can be seen behind Bonnie before Trucy appears. So go back. Present the moving shadow that can be seen behind Bonnie. Yep. Uh-huh.
Doesn't this shadow resemble the suspicious shadowy figure?
Now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it?
Miss Wright, could you identify this shadow for the court?
Let's see. I believe that's Mr. Hat's shadow.
Mr. Hat?
Mr. Hat. It's from when he was being pulled up from the stage to the catwalk overhead by wire.
Then could this shadow, the shadow that's shown later in the footage, be Mr. Hat too?
No, that's not possible. After Mr. Hat was pulled up to the catwalk, he stayed up there.
In other words, the second shadow was from some other figure being pulled up.
Some other figure? I'm afraid you'll need to be more specific than that, Mr. Justice.
He's right. We've come this far. I'll just have to figure it out from the clues I have on hand.
What is the second shadow shown in the footage?
Present the crime photo.
If we consider what was happening on stage at the time, there's only one answer. The shadow belonged to the fake Mr. Reyes. In other words, Mr. Man of Mystery.
The victim?
Please take a look at the prank plan script. Mr. Mystery was to pretend to be dead and then fly up into the air after that. Isn't that right, Mr. Ratings? Indeed. And what of it? I can contend that that's exactly what happened. The victim was wearing a stunt harness around his waist. It was most likely attached to a stunt wire so that he could be pulled up from the air into the air.
So you're suggesting that after pretending to be dead in the coffin, the victim flew up into the air just as the prank script says?
Exactly. We just couldn't see him go flying up because the dragon was blocking our view. And that last trick, ladies and gentlemen, is the true pièce de résistance of the culprit's murderous intentions. He's sweating.
Yep, he's sweating bullets. Don't tell me. You've got it all figured out?
Yes, I think so. If we can just look beyond Mr. Rating's last bit of misdirection, we should finally be able to see the real truth. The victim must have been pulled up to the catwalk just like Mr. Hat. And hit the cushioning up there with considerable force. I just have to figure out what else happened up there at that time.
Are you ready to elaborate, Mr. Justice?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready.
In that case, please answer me this. Why did the culprit make the victim fly up into the air like that?
To murder him.
Just why did the culprit have the victim fly up after he appeared in the coffin? And how did the victim actually die? When he was only pretending to be dead in the coffin? If we can figure out how these two questions relate, the answer should become clear. Could it be? Mr. Mystery must have thought he was still just part of a prank when he appeared on stage. He probably didn't suspect a thing as he was being pulled into the air. After Miss Wright was called backstage and just as the set piece fell. But the culprit had already planted the real murder weapon in a cushion in the catwalk. It was probably a knife or blade of some sort.
What? You mean...
Yes, it really was a magical murder. Just as the prank script said, Mr. Mystery was whisked up into the air. and straight into a blade there in the catwalk.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's instant.
In other words, this murder was committed remotely through the use of a magic trick.
What?
Remotely? Using this method, it wouldn't matter where Mr. Ratings was at the time of death. Yeah.
But how exactly does it work, Mr. Justice?
Just before the murder occurred, the dragon set piece was up in the catwalk. It and Mr. Man of Mystery were connected to each other by a wire at the time. By carrying out the prank plan, Betty made the dragon set piece fall, which caused Mr. Mystery to rocket straight up and into the blade and the cushion.
Ah. God, that's painful.
That's gotta sting.
At least it's instant.
The cushion was high up enough to be hidden from the audience's view. That's why nobody saw the blade.
Oh, then that gash in the Mr. Hat's cape.
The blade must have been set up overhead sometime before the magic show. Mr. Hat must have been slashed by it too when he was pulled up by the pulled up to the cushion.
Hold it! I can't believe it. I had no idea. I was told that Trilogy would freak out if I made the red set piece fall. That's the only way I did it.
You were used, Betty. Roger Ratings used you.
I thought he was my little puppet to boss around, but it was the other way around.
After the incident occurred, Mr. Ratings arrived at the theater. He got the murder weapon and swapped the rubber sword with the bloodied steel one. That's also when he lowered the victim's body down to the stage.
But how did he have the time to do all that?
When the set piece fell, the audience was evacuated from the building. He was able to do all those things after the fact because there was no one around to see.
A horrific murder camouflaged by a spectacular magic show? That sounds like the kind of murder only a magician could pull off.
As long as the show proceeded as it was scripted, Mr. Mystery was doomed to die. That's why it was you, Mr. Ratings, who killed the victim, all the way from the TV station. This prank plan, or should I say murder plan, proves your murderous intent.
Gramarye!
Oh, what now?
Satura ima o mandomo samashi de tashi no ketare gase o soroka!
Enough. You dim-witted, ignorant, imbecilic, putrid red pepper. He can't possibly have a counter-argument to make. Talk about not knowing when to let it go and move on. Do you have a rebuttal or something, Prosecutor Sadmati? No blade of any kind was found in the catwalk, which means you have no evidence to support your theory. But Mr. Ratings retrieved it after the fact. Which still leaves you with no way to prove your wildly fantastic remote murder theory. But without proof, does it not make more sense to believe that the murder was committed there on the stage? That's where the bloodstained sword was found, after all.
That is a very good point.
As the only person who could have committed the crime there on that stage, Trilogy Wright remains the prime suspect. It would appear that what you call truth is little more than a cheap parlor trick. In the end, you have done nothing to prove the accused's innocence. It is time at last to let it go and move on.
Are you seeing this, Magnifi-Grammary? My magic is exacting punishment on your granddaughter. The Grammary name is done for.
Hello, we need to hit them with a decisive piece of evidence here, or we can revisualize.
I know, that's just what I was thinking. Mr. Justice, do you or don't you have anything to prove that the witness committed this remote murder you proposed? Of course I do, Your Honor.
This entire incident was carried out exactly according to the script.
Right, so theoretically there should be no evidence for us to find or use. Which means our best bet is to see if something unscripted happened. There's gotta be something Ratings couldn't have foreseen. And once I find it, that's how I'll expose his murderous trick. Get ready, Mr. Raines, because I'm about to reveal the secret to your magic. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, just some good old-fashioned logic.
Revisualization! And there's an achievement for this.
As long as the magic show went as scripted, the murder would happen without fail. Everything in this case was carefully planned so that no evidence would be left behind. Still, one thing happened that definitely wasn't in the plan. Well, part of the magic show wasn't part of the show's original script.
Bond's mistake.
Bonnie made a mistake.
This is cool.
Bonnie made a mistake during Trucy's escape trick. What mistake did Bonnie make during the magic trick?
Oh, here's the achievement. Betty's life choices. Nope.
No. I should never say a person's life choices are a mistake. I'm sure she can be a great magician someday if she works hard at it. Good luck, Bonnie. Anyway, getting back to the case. What was it that Bonnie did during Trucy's escape trick? What? You said there was an achievement?
No, it's Bonnie's life choices. You picked her life choices. There's Bonnie's life choices.
I still got an achievement for it.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
What were the other options? Mr. Hat's positioning. Oh, never mind. I read the names wrong. Whoops. Mr. Hat was placed in the wrong spot.
Because Bonnie placed Mr. Hat to the right of the coffin instead of to the left. Trucy had to reappear on the side of the coffin opposite to the one in the show's script. But the culprit didn't know that when he first arrived at the theater, which means he was bound to make a slip-up when he tampered with the crime scene. Which part of the culprit's cover-up attempt was affected by Trucy's new position?
Blood in the coffin hole. Nope. You had it the first time. There you go.
Are you getting lag?
No? Why?
Thinking Trucy had appeared on the left, the culprit must have put blood on the left hole. But the blood was eventually discovered in the right hole during the police investigation. If the killer had originally put the blood on the left side, that means he must have tampered with the scene again afterwards to make it line up with the facts. To make the crime scene consistent with the facts, the culprit must have
swapped the coffin sides. We did it!
The culprit swapped the coffin sides. That's right! The left and right panels of the coffin are interchangeable! The culprit must have switched the two panels to make the bloodstain fit the facts. But the switch might have also given rise to something unnatural. Oh, I remember now! There was something unnatural about the coffin, and it's just the evidence I need.
The fingerprints!
Sorry, Mr. Ratings, but I have some very conclusive proof of your guilt.
Another bluff, is it? There's no way you have anything of the kind. My magic is real. No. Objection. Shut the hell up. No, there are tricks and gimmicks to it, just like any other illusion. What? After the murder, you switched the left and right panels of the coffin, didn't you? Ugh. And because you did, you left behind something very unnatural for us to find.
This proves that Roger Ratings tampered with the crime scene after the murder took place.
The fingerprint results. And we're done!
The fingerprinting results?
What about the fingerprints? What about the fingerprints is unnatural?
Let's take a look at the prints the victim left inside the coffin, shall we? If the victim was facing forward in the coffin, his print should have looked like this. However, what we found was that they were facing in the opposite direction. It's quite unnatural for the prints to be facing this way, wouldn't you agree?
It is strange, isn't it?
Strange, isn't it?
But how did they get this way?
They got this way because the culprit thought the magic show had gone according to script. The culprit thought Mr. Hat would be on the left side of the coffin, and that Miss Wright would also pop up to the left of the coffin as per the show's script. He then assumed that she had thrust the sword into the hole on the left side of the coffin. That's why he put blood in the left hole when he was trying to cover up his crime. But sometime after leaving the bloodstain, the culprit must have realized his mistake.
Because of Bonnie's fuck up.
He found out that due to Bonnie's mistake, Mr. Hat was to the right of the coffin. And that despite the script, Miss Wright had thrust the sword into the hole on the right. In short, the hole with the blood on it was on the side the opposite of the one Trilogy used. To make the blood's location fit the facts, he had to tamper with evidence yet again. So he tried to cover his tracks by switching the coffin's left and right panels.
Oh, that's how the fingerprints in the coffin ended up backwards. Because the culprit switched the two side panels around. The prints ended up facing the opposite direction. But instead of going to all that trouble with the panels, why didn't the culprit just wipe the blood away and redo it on the other side?
I'm afraid that wouldn't have worked, Your Honor, because of a little something called luminol testing.
Ah, right, luminol. I almost forgot. Luminol can detect trace amounts of blood, even if it's been wiped away, right?
That's right. Wiping the blood away would have only served as proof of his meddling. How about it, Mr. Ratings? I did a pretty good job figuring out your trick, didn't I?
Objection!
Trilogy Wright could have done the same just as easily. You have no proof that it was this witness who tampered with the evidence.
Objection!
Ah, but I do have proof. What? A person who was in the magic show would never have made the mistake of putting the blood on the wrong side. Least of all Miss Wright, who surely would have remembered she was on the other side.
Oh, my, you're absolutely right.
Why, you impudent! I'm sure you've realized by now, Prosecutor Sodmati, that your claim that Miss Wright is the culprit just doesn't hold up. Pheh! You and the accused are most certainly bound for hell. Really? Miss Wright and I? Because I'd think you're the one with a ticket there for trying to convict an innocent girl. Ow, 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 ow.
Prosecutor Sadbody, are you alright?
It's like you've been shot with a BB gun or something.
Yeah, right?
As for the true culprit, he's somewhere who knew how the show was supposed to go but didn't actually see it. And someone who had the chance to tamper with the crime scene after the incident. And the only person who fits the bill is you, Roger Ratings.
Grammary?
All of the secrets to your tricks have been revealed. And with no tricks left, I'm afraid your show has been cancelled. Permanently!
Gotcha, bitch!
All of my secrets have been revealed, you say? Don't make me laugh, boy. Mine is the true, real magic. There are no secrets to reveal. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the true power of the great Mr. Reyes. Witness a magic far greater than troop Grammarys. Burn. Crumble. Fall to my furious flames. The great Mr. Reyes will bring an end to you all. And now for the final heir to the Grammary name, right here, right now, you too shall burn. Huh? No, this isn't right. No, I didn't do anything wrong. No, it's not my fault. I'm not the one to blame. I'm the victim here. What? Stop! No! Curse you, Grammary! Ugh.
You've just been cancelled.
Wasted.
Right. Now fess up!
Curse those Grammarys. It's all because of them. Even now they wound me. Curse them all to the abyss! Couldn't you just say hell?
Right. Do you really hate us that much? Does your hatred run that deep? Deep enough to kill an innocent man?
You're damn right. You have no idea what humiliations I had to suffer.
She was only 4 years old. She wouldn't have known.
Your grandfather, Magnifi Grammary, kicked me out after I got hurt practicing my magic. He said I was too unskilled, that I would mess up on stage. He threw me out of the troupe just because he was worried about his own reputation. Since I was but a child, it was always my dream to become a great magician. But that Magnifi, he took it all from me.
But that's no excuse. That's no reason to do something so evil. Magic is supposed to make people happy, not used as a means for murder.
What's the big deal? I just used what I had available to me. That's all.
Fuck you. I get it now. That attitude toward magic is why my grandfather kicked you out. You don't deserve to call yourself a magician!
Don't deserve? I don't know about that. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, you'd be on your way to prison as we speak.
You're right. I didn't see through your tricks.
You see? So in the end, Troop Grammary was defeated by the great Mr. Reyes. You're not fit to lecture me on high, Trucy Wright. From on high, Trucy Wright. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn.
You take that back!
Take that, Grammary. You lose. If anyone needs to learn to let it go and move on, it's this guy.
Right.
This court and my prison can both burn in the flames of my creation.
Bailiff, take Mr. Rains away, and bring a fire extinguisher just to be safe.
Good riddance.
It looks like we've reached the end. I feel as though I've been watching a grand magic show.
It was close, but we just barely made it through somehow.
Poor Trucy.
Why does Trucy look so down?
Miss Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
I'm about to announce my verdict. Could I see that wonderful smile of yours? That smile of a true entertainer, as I do.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, this court finds a defendant, Trucy Wright, not guilty.
We did it. That's my girl.
Court is adjourned.
Thank you for everything, Polly. Oh, Trucy! Grazie a Dio! Now you can open your show tomorrow just as planned. Yep, and it's all thanks to you two. Oh, but now that Mr. Reyes is gone, I need to find somebody to replace him.
I don't like the way she's looking at me.
Trucy, I'm sorry about everything. Hey, what are you apologizing for? Roger Raines used us. We're victims too. He even made me an accomplice to murder. But Betty, we have to take some of the blame for this too, you know. Even if we did know he wasn't planning to kill Mr. Reed, we did cooperate with him. It's all my fault, isn't it? Neither of you is to blame. The only thing in the wrong is the person who used magic to commit murder, Roger Ratings. Don't you think I know that? Say what you want, but don't think for a second that I don't still hate you. I guess Shirley does hate me. But Betty, why? You used to be a huge fan of Trucy's. Hey, shut up! Always hated her! Really? But if we hadn't seen Trucy's magic show, we never would have tried to become professional magicians ourselves, right? Speak for yourself! But Betty, you still have her autograph from that day. Shut up!
Soon.
Soon.
Was she acting the way this whole time because she secretly loves Trucy? Wow, Trucy, I never knew that being the best could be so tough.
Come on, Bonnie. We're leaving. We have to get ready for tomorrow's show. You're really excited about performing with Trucy again, aren't you? That's not true! So zip it, dummy! Polly? Do you think I really am a naive greenhorn?
Huh? No way, she's not.
After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for the lawyer over here, you'd be on your way to prison as we speak.
You're right. I didn't see through your tricks.
You see? So in the end, Troop Grammary was defeated by the great Mr. Reyes. You're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy Wright. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. Did you really have to make me say that again, game?
Yeah, fuck you.
Trucy, don't tell me you're taking what Rayton said to heart.
Well, maybe a little. I didn't see through his tricks and I let myself be taken in by his magic. I can't trust myself anymore. Maybe he was right to call me a greenhorn.
You shouldn't take stock in his words. He doesn't even know the first thing about you.
Huh?
You're a wonderful Grammary magician. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you, Apollo. But what makes you say that?
I know you're a wonderful Grammary magician because of this.
The Grammary Notebook.
Take that!
My grandfather's notebook?
The Grammary Creed. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. When you performed your magic trick in court today, you showed the world your dedication to your troop's creed. Even through all the jeering, you kept a smile on your face and won the crowd over. You're everything Magnifi could have hoped for in an heir. You're a great magician, Trucy.
A great magician? Me?
You really are. That's why you don't have to worry about what ratings said.
Oh, Polly, thank you. Still, I couldn't have done it without you. I would have lost my nerve if I had been up there. But I was able to keep on smiling because of you.
Me?
I remember what you said to me in the detention center.
After all, you're sure you swapped the swords, right?
Yes, I remember doing it.
Then I just knew it wasn't your fault, Trucy.
But how can you say that? We don't have any proof it wasn't me. I mean, I know you're a great lawyer, Polly, but...
I believe in you, Trucy. And I believe in your skills as a professional magician. So I'm going to prove your innocence. Don't worry, you're going to be fine.
Your words were what kept me going. Apollo, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now I can be everything I was meant to be.
Trucy's real smile is the best. I'm so glad I could help make that happen. Emma?
I'm really sorry, Trucy, for everything. But why? Well, I wasn't able to convince Prosecutor Sadmaki what a good person you are. And I had to testify against you, too. You had nothing to apologize for. You were just doing your job. You're too kind. Oh, I don't know about... Huh? Is something wrong, Emma? Oh!
Prosecutor Sadmati, what are you doing here? Detective Sky.
Yes?
I require your forensic expertise in order to close this case. Come, let us go. Wait! Prosecutor Sadmati! The trial is over, Mr. Justice. You and I are strangers once more, with no further need to interact. Strangers? Have you really forgotten all about me?
What? You know him?
You've really changed, Nayuta. Telling me to let it go and stuff? What happened to you? Oh, lawyer of impure soul. I have nothing to say to the likes of you. Are you serious, Nayuta? Now, if you'll excuse me.
So they know each other.
There he goes.
What was that all about, Apollo? How do you know Prosecutor Sadmati?
Let's just say we're old acquaintances.
Acquaintances? It seemed like something more than that.
Yeah, well...
You don't like to talk about your past, do you? Because you always change the subject.
I guess I'll have to talk about it someday. But for now, come on, let's forget about the past and celebrate Trucy's future.
Sure, if you say so.
Hey, it's Mr. Wright.
Put him on speakerphone, Apollo.
Beep. What's up, Mr. Wright? Apollo! How's Trucy? What happened at the trial? Did you get a not guilty verdict? Mr. Wright, slow down. Everything's fine.
Hey, Daddy, I'm okay now. She was found not guilty in the very dramatic turnabout. Plus, we saved the office. It was a great victory for Apollo.
Phew, that's a load off my mind. I can't thank you enough, Apollo. Now I know I can trust you to hold down the fort anytime. Me? Really? Yes, you. You're a real full-fledged lawyer now in my eyes. A full-fledged lawyer? I still can't wrap my mind around it. Thank goodness you were able to take care of everything. And thank you, Apollo. No need to go that far, boss. Especially not in front of everyone. Oh, and by the way, I won't be able to make it to tomorrow's show, so I was hoping you could go. You'll do that for me, won't you? Of course! I wouldn't miss it for the world! Full-fledged.
So Dai asked you to come to tomorrow's show, huh? As my assistant, right?
No. He just asked me to go cheer you on.
Okay, then I'll be sure to save you the best seat in the house, Polly.
The best seat in the house. I really appreciate the thought, but...
Good! Then it's settled.
Huh?
Objection!
I should have known. This was what she meant.
Actual girl Trissy Wright will now perform her greatest illusion yet. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, ladies and gentlemen. This is real magic.
Wait a minute. You're kidding, right? There is a trick or gimmick, right? I'm too young to die.
Now then, Mr. Hat, you know what to do with that sword.
No, wait, stop. No. Poor Apollo.
And that's how the Trissian Grammary Land ended on a rousing high note. With a big round of applause and Polly's ear-splitting screams.
What kind of an ending is that? Poor Apollo. He's always the butt monkey.
We did it!
Yeah, such a strange case. Only 2 parts.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
But poor Apollo.
I know.
I'm glad it ends on a funny joke.
The dude just cannot catch a break.
Nope. Poor Apollo.
God. I remember the first time playing that in the 3DS, I was laughing my ass off.
And now here we are.
Oh, Jesus. Poor Apollo, man. Such a butt monkey.
I know.
He just can't say no to that face.
No.
Go on, look at her pretty face.
And he still doesn't know that that's his little sister.
Nope, because Phoenix still hasn't told him.
Nope.
Or Trissy, for that matter.
Yeah, I know.
And it's never revealed in this game either, so hopefully whenever the 7th game comes out in 2045, he'll finally reveal it.
It's like, please, someone tell them they're brother and sister.
Yes, they're half-siblings.
Even so, a sibling's a sibling.
I know, I'm just saying they're half-siblings.
Yeah, it's like, just someone fucking tell them.
I know, just... Seriously though, Capcom have been so quiet on a 7th Ace Attorney.
Or just have, like, their Mother of Colossus show and say, oh, hey, you're my kids.
Ah. God. Yeah, well, thankfully, I looked at the rest of the cases in this game and they're back to normal.
Thank God.
So we don't have to sit here and chat for near enough 3 hours.
Thank God.
That's
Thank God.
over 3 hours, actually.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I gotta say, doing Sad Maddie's voice along with the judge is so much easier on my throat.
You have no idea how much I love voicing Betty and Bonnie.
Oh, I could tell.
Yep.
But yeah, back in the 5th game, voicing the judge and Black Quill at the same time, that was murder.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Here, let's see. I had to voice Trucy, I had to voice Athena, Bonnie, Betty, and Emma.
Yeah.
My throat.
And as I said, now you know how I felt the past 5 games. Because while the first 5 games were largely male-centered, this one has a more balanced cast. In fact, I think in some cases it's more female-balanced.
Yes! I looked at the cases, there's more female characters than male voices. I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh, bless your heart. I've been doing this for the last 5 games, okay? Now you know how I feel. Anyways, I think it's time for us to sign off.
Yes.
Okay, anything to say before we jump off?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, folks, thanks for tuning in. And next week, we will finish the main story of Grand Theft Auto 4 by doing the canon ending.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.